1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 Yes, yes, yes. It's Raphael Dawkins, Combat Radio. And it's live boxing talk with Raphie. 21. Can you believe that? It's the 21st show. It's crazy. It's crazy out here. We already got to the 21 mark. Incredible. Incredible. 21st show. Excellente. What can I say? Other than yes, yes, yes. And for those who have not been here before, let me turn the music up a little bit. For those who have not been here before, this is Boxing Talk with Raphie. And what we do here is the live show. It's the podcast. And what we do here is we talk boxing. We are boxing fans. Let me turn that down a little bit. We are boxing fans who talk boxing. And there is certainly plenty to talk about. Let me get my systems sorted out as you populate the area. Heinrich Schmidt's Tommy Temper in the building. Heinrich Schmitz from Germany. Yes, yes, yes. Kieran Hook in the place. Doing very well, thank you. The show must go on. The show must go on for real, says Heinrich Schmitz. The show does go on. On and on and on. The show has reached adulthood. The show is 21 today. Kieran Hook, Tommy Temper. And as we all know by now, as the regulars will know by now, you all know how we start the show, how we like to start the show. And we start the show by I select one of my videos. These days we tend to go retro. I select the video and allow the area to populate. There's a lot to choose from. There is a lot to choose from, but we go in retro. We go retro. Okay. Let me do the selection. I do the selection live on air. Actually, this might be appropriate. This might be appropriate. Let's get the volume up on that. Actually, I forgot to like this video. I just liked it now. Okay, let's go into share. Let us share. Why is the camera? Why is it so close? This thing feels really close. What's going on? There we go. You don't need me so close. Let us select application window. Okay, let's cut the music and begin. Yes, yes, yes. Deontay Wilder speaks on his thoughts and perspectives. Now that his fight with Tyson Fury looks unlikely to happen next, due to Fury signing a new contract with Top Rank, representing him in the USA, whilst keeping Frank Warren on, and also renewing his contract with BT Sports in the UK. So there's been a big shakeup with Fury now set to fight with under the Top Rank umbrella in the USA. They have a contract to televise their fights in the US on ESPN. Wilder fights under the Showtime umbrella. So, in terms of TV contracts, they're on different sides of the street. Can they still fight? Absolutely. But things will be a lot different this time around, says Tyson Fury. They have to come out and fight on my platform now, says Tyson Fury. So clearly, the Fury-Wilder rematch is in clear jeopardy. The chances of it happening next are minimal. So, Wilder has just given an interview on TBV, and we're going to share some of that information and chop it up a little bit. Okay, firstly, he says he's still fighting on May the 18th. So he still wants to fight on May the 18th. When asked about his prospective opponents, he mentions Dominic Breezel, who of course is mandatory, and he mentions Adam Kawanaki. So those look like his two prime opponents, or choice of opponents at the moment. He goes on to say that he wants to fight 3 fights this year. Now, if his first fight's in May, the middle of May, then that gives him 7 months to have 3 fights, when typically he's been fighting once every 9 months. So the probability of him fighting 3 times in 7, you will have to pardon my skepticism if I say I find that probability highly unlikely. Highly unlikely. Now the question is, would he not have been better off going for the AJ fight now, in retrospect, at the way things have unfolded? And they certainly have unfolded. So now AJ's off the table. Fury's off the table. So what's left? Well, you still got Breezel. If you can't fight Fury, then his mandatory is still on the table. Of course, we know Wilder, or Team Wilder, have a very close relationship with the WBC. The WBC have been known to look on Wilder's choice of opponents very favorably. So if he wants to fight the guy, that guy tends to make it into the top 10, even if he wasn't there already. And oftentimes, the Wilder opponents, they were not in the top 10 at the time when an
an interest from Team Wilder was expressed. So basically, Wilder can choose whoever the hell he so sees fit if they're available. Of course, Dillian Whyte is available. So will he fight Whyte? If he's looking at the PPV pay-per-view, then that would be, I believe, a more attractive fight for him than the Dominic Brazil fight. On the other side of that scale, we have to acknowledge it would most likely be a tougher fight than the Brazil fight. So, where does Wilder go now? Joshua's off the table. Fury's off the table. So, who does he choose? He's in a very tricky situation. And though he also mentioned that he will remain a PPV star. It's a curious turn of phrase since he's only had one PPV fight, and that was only considered to be moderately successful. So whether a moderately successful PPV fight makes you a PPV star, well, that will remain a matter of opinion. But he certainly says or indicates that he wishes to continue fighting under the pay-per-view model. And if that is his wish, then he will certainly have to pick the tougher fights, unlike he has traditionally done. So Whyte would definitely have to be considered as a serious contender for Wilder's next fight. So we're looking at Whyte, we're looking at Dominic Breezel, and we're looking at Adam Kawanaki as the three most likely opponents for Wilder on May the 18th. This is Raphael Dawkins, Combat Radio. Like, subscribe, comment, and share. And I'm out.
Yes, yes, yes. We have warmed in. Where are we? Where are we? Okay. Yes, we have warmed in. That's the warming up video. Heinrich Schmitz was doubtful as to whether we were live or not. I can assure you, Heinrich Schmitz, we are totally live. This is live. Okay. Smash that like button. I'll join you. Boom. Done. Okay, now this is the show proper. Let's do the proper roll call. Heinrich Schmitz, Tommy Temper, Kieran Hook. Noble is in the building. Heinrich Schmitz says retro. What? WTF? Yeah, retro video. The retro video. Kieran Hook has liked. Loma King is in the building. Loma King has become a regular squadron member. Heinrich Schmitz says, what's going on? Heinrich Schmitz is confused. We are live, Heinrich Schmitz. I can assure you it is approximately 9:16 UK time. July the 10th, 2019. Tommy Temper says, smash that like button, guys. Smash it. MB, what's going on? Raph and chat. Yeah, we're in here, MB. We are in here. Ped is in the building. We are live with live boxing talk with Raphie. 21. We are 21 today. My bench press record, I just press whatever's there, my friend. I just press whatever's there. Smash that like for Raphie, says Ped. Okay, anybody that I've missed? Jordan Baker is in the building. P. Folks is in the building. Okay. Which one of my whole moderators is missing? Leighton Evelyn. Aaron Mason. So what have I got? I've got Tommy Temper and Ped. That's good. That's good. We're still representing. Hall monitors still are representing. Okay. Yeah, that's a good point, Tommy. I don't like to press wait, Heinrich. I just ask if there's any available ladies in the gym. I just ask them to lie on the bar and I press it like that. So it depends on how busy the gym is, Heinrich. Okay, without delay, let's get into this shizzle. Where are we? Where are we? Let's have a look. So, without any further delay, we are going to get stuck in. We're going to get stuck in on the topics. Let's have a look. And guys, don't be afraid to visit the videos. Don't be afraid to visit the videos. I've realized that since the live show has commenced, you guys don't like the videos anymore. You're all about the live shows. You forgot about the videos. Don't forget, Raphael Dawkins Combat Radio makes videos. You guys, you're so into the live shows now. You don't even visit the videos anymore. Don't forget about the videos, gentlemen. Still go over there and have a little looky. Have a little looky. Smash a little likey. If you likey, hit the likey over there on the videos. You're loving the live show so much you don't visit the videos anymore. You don't visit the videos anymore. We have more people in the area. Get This Smoke is in here. Which show is going to be on the German TV, Heinrich? Which show? Finally a Fight, which will be shown on German TV. Which one is that, Heinrich? Get This Smoke is in the building. Eric Rosas asking about Warrington or Galahad this weekend. Good question. You have playlists as well. I have playlists as well. Indeed, I do. Go ahead. Feel free on your days off when you're not watching this. Feel free to check out the videos. Fury or Schwartz. Fury and Schwartz. Okay, well, let's start there. Let's start there. I have had a very busy day. I do have a list. I do have a topic list. But we're going to be free-flowing. It's going to be free-flowing today. We have a big dessert. So we do have some big topics to get into. The live debate. Kieran Hook says, the live debate. You mean the live show? Kieran Hook says, I must admit I do like the live debate, the live show. You mean the live show? I like a good listen and chill back. Yeah, that makes sense. So, let us start off with Fury v. Schwartz. Okay, I got you. Kieran. Our starting point will be Fury v. Schwartz. So, okay. First question. This is for the chat. Who will be watching Fury v. Schwartz live? Put your answers in the chat. Yay or nay? Oh dear. Heinrich Schmitz. Eric Rosas. Yes, I will be watching Fury Schwartz live. MB. Yes. Ped. Can't say 50-50 probably. Heinrich Schmitz. Sure, I will see it. Okay. Where's Tommy Temper disappeared? I know Tommy Temper's a huge, maybe, a huge Fury man. Kieran Hook. I'll try my best. I know Fury will win. Yeah. Well, okay, for me to watch that live, it means I would have to pay for it most probably. And I cannot pay for such a fight. Heinrich Schmitz, a big Fury man. Heinrich Schmitz is a big Fury man. I cannot pay Heinrich Schmitz. I'll direct this to you and Tommy Temper particularly, but everybody. Do you think that's a PPV worthy fight, Heinrich Schmitz and Tommy Temper and everybody? Is that show is PPV? That show is PPV in the UK. Tyson Fury versus Tom Schwartz is PPV in the UK. Is Tyson Fury versus Tom Schwartz a PPV worthy show? Ped, no. Tommy Temper, nope. MB, absolutely not. Absolutely not. Yeah, Heinrich, even though not sure if he will win on points or KO. Heinrich said he's not sure whether Fury will win on points or KO. Kieran Hook, no, I don't think it is. Raphael, no. I'm afraid, ladies and gentlemen, I'm afraid that show is not PPV worthy. See, pay-per-view came about as a means of funding the biggest fights. So to get the biggest fight on, the networks decided on the pay-per-view model. If we do pay-per-view, we can get any fight we want to. We can get the biggest fights, pay the fighters, and then put those fights on air. Put those fights on air. But now the pay-per-view model is being abused. When it comes to getting mediocre fights, this is a cherry. Everybody acknowledges that this is a cherry for Tyson Fury. What's my position on cherries? Top fighter having a cherry. My view on cherries is that a top fighter having a cherry is sensible every now and then. It's sensible for a top fighter to have a cherry every now and then. Sensible. You can't be redlining. You've got an engine. You don't redline it every day. You're not always redlining it. Sometimes you cruise, and sometimes you push the needle up into the red zone. Hills and valleys. You're not redlining it every day. And so likewise with a fighter. I think I'm going to do a deeper analysis. Not today, but at some point I'm going to check out some records. I'm going to go through some records. I'm going to do a video, a mini documentary, might be a two-parter, where I look at historical fighters' records, well-known fighters' records. I'm going to go through them, and I'm going to have a look to see the frequency of cherry selection. How often were they having cherries? How frequently were they getting cherries? I'm sure I'll find a cherry or two on the resume of most latter-day top fighters, and appropriately so. You do need a cherry. You can't be redlining all the time. But what I have seen in the case of certain fighters, is too many cherries. There's a difference between having a cherry every now and then and having a resume filled with cherries. That, my friends, is unacceptable. That, my friend, is unacceptable. Let me read. You see, Tyson Fury now, fair enough. He had to come back to a couple of cherries. He'd had a layoff. He got banned from the sport for drug abuse. And before that verdict was passed, he knew it was coming, so he retired. Fair enough. He had 2 years out of the sport, and he came back to 2 cherries. Fair enough. You've got to reacclimatize to the sport. You got to shake off the ring rust. That's fine. But, how many cherries is too much? How many cherries is too much? We accepted the first 2 cherries for Tyson Fury on his comeback. Necessary cherries. And then he made a bold move of going straight to Deontay Wilder. Very, very bold move. Bold move. But clearly, he saw the style matchup and was satisfied that he could emerge victorious. He could nullify the big right from Deontay Wilder. But ultimately, no, I cannot pay. PPV was not made for cherries. The pay-per-view model was not designed for cherries. So ESPN want to write the check, that's fine. But they have to understand, and all networks have to understand, that PPV was not made for cherries. So I will not be watching that fight live. No, I shall not, but I will catch it shortly thereafter, I'm sure. Okay, so that is my pronouncement, that is my position. Okay. Okay, those are a couple of messages. Okay, that was my position on the Tyson Fury versus Tom Schwartz matchup. PPV was not made for cherries. Hell to the N to the O. Okay, we're going to go to the chat and see what the responses have been. Eric Rosas, yay. Oh, those are the responses. MB says, I'll be getting on the rum for the Gypsy King. Heinrich Schmitz, I'm also a gypsy man. Absolutely not. I shall not be watching that live. I shall not be paying for that. Kieran Hook, no, I don't think it is. Don't think it is PPV worthy. Finally, a benefit of living in Germany, says Heinrich Schmitz. Kieran Hook, totally agree. Jordan Baker. Jordan Baker is in the house. And he asks, how did you feel about Anthony Joshua's cherry? Andy Ruiz is by no means, by no stretch of the imagination, a cherry. Anyone who thought he was a cherry, and there were many, clearly they didn't understand. They didn't understand the man's abilities, Ruiz's abilities. I was one of the few who proclaimed that this was going to be a difficult matchup. I was for the matchup. I was a proponent for the matchup. I welcomed the matchup, but I also knew and professed that it would be a very difficult fight. It would be a tough fight. I thought Anthony Joshua would prevail. But my bet, the money I put on, was for a points win by Anthony Joshua. So none of this go in there and bang him out in 3 rounds. No. Some people thought that. I was not one of them. And to call Andy Ruiz a cherry would be highly, highly ill-informed. And there were many ill-informed who did feel that he was a cherry. Jordan Baker, was not one of them. Of that I can assure you. Or as a matter of fact, go back to the live chats and the videos, and you will see that I always said Andy Ruiz would be a tough fight for anybody. No, Heinrich Smits. I did not say Andy would be a cherry. Far from it. Speak to the regulars on what I said about Andy Ruiz. I never considered Andy Ruiz a cherry. I am actually a fan of Andy Ruiz, and therefore I am very aware of his abilities. And I knew he would bring the heat, and that he did. Didn't know he'd bring that much heat, but I knew he'd bring the heat for sure. There used to be a time when these big fights were shown before cable or Sky came out. Yes, I used to watch the big fights on TV. Regular TV. Standard TV. That was by Kieran Hook, Heinrich Schmitz. Says he's a toxic cherry. Kieran Hook agrees. Cherries are not PPV. Cherries are not for PPV. I mean, you have to give Wilder a little bit of credit. When he took a cherry, he knew it wasn't PPV worthy, and it was on standard Showtime. Having said that, I think his paymasters knew people weren't going to pay to see Dominic Breezel. That said, I think he's fighting Ortiz next, Luis Ortiz next. And that is being muted as a pay-per-view fight. How? I don't know. But let's be honest. Let's be fair. If Tyson Fury beat V. Schwartz is pay-per-view, and I think Deontay Wilder versus Ortiz is a better caliber of fight. No question. So if they say that's pay-per-view and Fury v. Schwartz is pay-per-view, can you really argue? But I think Wilder v. Ortiz is more pay-per-view worthy than Fury v. Schwartz. Although in truth, I think neither of them should be pay-per-view. We've already seen Wilder v. Ortiz. We know how that goes. He's just gonna knock him out quicker this time. And also, Ortiz has shown signs of decline, significant signs of decline, since his fight with Wilder 2 years ago. Smash that like button, folks. People coming in the chat. If you have not smashed the like button already, please kindly do so. So, yeah, neither of those fights, in my opinion, is pay-per-view worthy. Jordan Baker. All of Anthony Joshua and Eddie Hearn's fights have been known, beatable, easy cherries. We've got a live one, fellas. We have a live one. Jordan Baker. Jordan Baker, where you from, my friend? What is your location? Send location. What country are you from, Jordan Baker? Jordan Baker, what is your location? What country are you from? But you're sounding like one of those boys from overseas. One of those LDBC boys. Are you one of those boys from overseas, Jordan Baker? An LDBC? Do you have an LDBC baseball cap, Jordan Baker? Don't be shy. Tell us the truth. Tell us the truth, Jordan. Tell us the truth, Jordan. Do you have an LDBC baseball cap? Or at least a t-shirt? Kieran Hook. I think Tyson Fury wanted to prove a point to the world with Wilder. How someone can come back from mental health. What do you mean come back from mental health? Haven't you seen the latest statements he's been making? Do you call that coming back from mental health, Kieran? I think he's still in the midst of it. I think he's in the midst of bipolar. Ped says, I told H Money to come on tonight. He said he would. Okay, Ped, thanks for spreading the word, my friend. Jordan Baker. I hope y'all didn't. Oh, Jordan Baker is an American. He's one of our American overseas fellows. Jordan Baker. I hope y'all didn't have to pay for all AJ's cherries in the UK. Jordan Baker, our LDBC representative for the night. Andy isn't a cherry, he's a Teletubby, says Tommy Temper. Andy is no kind of cherry unless you count a bitter cherry. Andy is a bitter cherry. It's not going to be a cherry that pleases you. Jordan Baker again. Jordan Baker is on heat. Our LDBC representative says Eddie and AJ thought he was a cherry. How the hell did Eddie and AJ think he was a cherry when everybody was telling him, all the media guys over there? He was in America when he set up the fight. The media guys over there were saying, hey, we think Andy Ruiz is better than Big Belly Miller. You saw the interviews they were giving him, and he was saying, what do you think of Ruiz then? What do you think of Ruiz? And they were saying he's better than Miller. And Miller was no cherry. Matter of fact, my opinion on Miller was that he was going to be a tough fight. He was going to be a tough guy to knock over. In excess of 300 pounds. A 300-pound ex-kickboxer, ex-MMA blob coming at you. Do you think Miller was going to be easy? Miller was going to be a tough fight also. We're scrolling down. Shahid Soleil. Combat Radio, what's up? I'm the biggest AJ supporter, and in my honest opinion, I thought Fury is a master technician in boxing without power punching. Fury will box off Ruiz's head if they do fight because of his boxing IQ. Shahid Soleil. Yeah, I don't disagree with you, Shahid. Jordan Baker, the LDBC resident comedian in the house, says, Jordan, don't go anywhere, bro. You're bringing the jokes tonight. You are bringing the jokes tonight, mate. You are making... this is Jordan Baker's latest utterance. Dominic Breezel has a better resume than Andy Ruiz. Head blown. Mad. Keep on coming in, folks. Keep on coming into the chat and keep on smashing that like button. I think this is one of the best chats on the internet. And with characters like Jordan Baker, that's just awesome. Do not touch Jordan Baker. Let him express himself. To get this level of entertainment, normally you'd have to pay money. Jordan Baker is bringing it. He is our resident LDBC comedian for tonight. Jordan Baker. Dominic, you say Dominic Breezel has a better resume than Andy Ruiz. Name me one person other than... Okay, well, carry on. Name me one person on Dominic Breezel's record before the Wilder fight. Name me two people on Dominic Breezel's record than... Two people better than AJ and Parker. So name me two people on Dominic Breezel's record. Since you say Dominic Breezel has a better resume than Andy Ruiz, name me two people on his record better than Anthony Joshua and Joseph Parker. So those are the top two people on Andy Ruiz's records. Name me the top two names on Dominic Breezel's record. Okay. Loma King asks, where is Padre al-Baghdadi? I don't know, man. I don't know where he is. I don't know where Padre al-Baghdadi is. I don't know where the geezer is. I don't know where Jim the Reaper is. I don't know where Leighton Nevlin is. I don't know where Aaron Mason is. There's quite a few people who I don't know where they are. It's Monday. It's a Monday. I don't know. I don't know where those cats are, but we do have Tommy Temper in the house. And we do have Ped Winchester in the lap. Shahid Soleil, AJ will learn a valuable lesson from this experience. Smash the like button, folks. Valuable lesson from this experience and come back stronger than ever next time. Yes, Ruiz has to still, yeah, come back next time. Yeah, well, a valuable lesson. Yeah, a valuable lesson. I mean, at first I was convinced that AJ looked spaced out when he came into the ring with his ring walk, etc., etc. He looked spaced out to me, and I believed, without reading any of the articles, that he had suffered a concussion in training, in the last week of training. That was on a busy day. That was on a busy day before I saw any of the articles. So that was my instinctive response to the way he looked. Now, do I still feel that now? I think it's possible. I think it's possible that he got a concussion in training in the last week. I think it's infinitely possible. But it's also possible that he was just hit by the magnitude of the situation. But I don't see how. He has mind coaches in there. He had Navy SEALs in there. He had people who were in charge of getting him in the right place, making him understand the situation. So I don't see how any of this could have come as a surprise for him. I don't see how the ring walk, remember, he was delayed. He was delayed from coming out from his dressing room. So I don't see how, with so many people, so many smart, so many fighting people, so many boxing people, so many experienced people, I don't see how he could have not been aware of the enormity of the situation. I don't see how he could have not have been aware of the gravity of the situation. And so I still say, if there are two choices, and one of them was that he got something negative happened in training camp. He got scraped up. We know he got scraped up in the face, so something did happen in the last week. Something happened in the last week of training. He got scraped up in the last week of training. Something happened in the last week of training. Chances are he was sparring in the last week of training because he got scraped up in the last week of training. So we know the chances are he did spar. How do you get scraped up in the face if you're not without sparring? What was he skateboarding and he fell off on the gravel, got his whole face scraped up? No. Look, realistically, the evidence points to the notion, the suggestion, the possibility, almost certain reality that he was messing about sparring in the last week of training. How do you get scraped up otherwise? How did he get his face scraped up if he wasn't if he wasn't sparring in the last week of training? So if he was sparring in the last week of training and he got scraped up, then we already know that something negative happened in the last week of training. We already know that. That much we do know. He got scraped up at the very least. Something happened in the last week of training. Okay, right. Now let's get back to this. So yes, Shahid Soleil, I agree. It will be a valuable learning lesson for AJ. One way or another. Right. Jordan Baker. We're getting back to Jordan Baker. Jordan Baker is the resident LDBC representative stroke comedian in the chat tonight. Round of applause for Jordan Baker. Thank you, sir. Thank you for your wit and repartee. Let's get the next joke from Jordan. I bet you believe AJ can Dillian the bum Whyte. Oh, and I bet you believe that AJ and Dillian the bum Whyte is PPV. I bet you. So is your question is, I bet you believe AJ and Dillian, as you call him, the bum Whyte, is PPV. Are you suggesting that Anthony Joshua versus Anthony Joshua, who was ranked number 1, who was the unified heavyweight champion of the world? So he's just taken his first loss as a professional. So you're asking me if that guy versus Dillian Whyte, who was, I think, he's number 1 in two organizations. I know he's number 1 in the WBC, but I think he's also number 1 in another sanctioning body, the WBO. So you're asking me if the unified champion of the last 2 years or so, 2 or 3 years, if the unified champion of the last 2 or 3 years versus a guy who is being ranked number 1 in the WBC for 18 months, probably 19 months now, if that guy, those two guys are pay-per-view, that matchup is a pay-per-view, is that your question you're asking me? You seriously, is there any question about that? Is there any question that the unified champ of the last 2 or 3 years, who's just taken his first loss, versus the WBC number 1 ranked guy for 18 plus months, plus the number 1 WBO guy, if they fight together, you're asking me if that's pay-per-view worthy? You really think that merits is that even a question? Is that in any way questionable? Have you lost your mind, dear sir? Have you lost your mind? Of course it's a PPV thing. Sure. Surely you jest. Oh, Jordan Baker is an American cousin of ours. He hails from Hollywood in Florida. I didn't know they had a Hollywood in Florida. Ped says you're pressing him. No, Jordan wants to speak. And I'm happy for him to speak, Ped. I'm happy for the man to bless us with his wisdom. Jordan Baker is blessing us with his infinite wisdom, and we should be appreciative of that. It's a blessing. Shahid Soleil, LDBC are a bunch of, how do I put that? Unread men. That's how I put that. A bunch of unread individuals, unschooled in the pugilistic arts. Actually, I'm getting a bit of an itch to go on BFTV again. I'm getting a bit of an itch. Not funny you say that, Shahid. I'm getting a bit of an itch to get back on BFTB. My old chum overseas. Jordan Baker said, nah, man, I am the boxing voice. You the box? Are you Ness? Are you admitting to being, is this Ness? Jordan Baker, are you Nesta? Nest GTO? Jordan Baker says, I am the boxing voice. Is this Nesta GTO? Are you Nest GTO? Jordan Baker? Kieran Hook. Yeah, but I can understand where it's coming from. Because I'm still in the midst of it. The midst of confusion. Kieran Hook says in the midst of confusion. The midst of it. The chat has just run away like a runaway train. Be sure to smash that like button, folks. Moderators, remind the people, the newcomers, to hit it. Hit it hard. Hit it hard. Loma King at Raphael Dawkins Combat Radio. Hashtag Jordan Baker ain't no LDBC. He a top boy. He a top boy? A top boy from Florida? Shahid Soleil. Fury is full of it. But what a good fighter he is. Yes, he is a good fighter and he is full of it. I agree with you on those both points. The chat is so interesting and funny. It's keeping me away from my topic sheet, but I got to get there in a couple of minutes. I'm going to read a couple more of these. MB says H Money still downloading the app. Loma King, boxing for life. Yes, indeed. Jordan Baker says, go back to Eddie's last interview. Eddie said AJ thought it would be easy. That sounds like a cherry. Just because AJ lost now, y'all can't say that wasn't a cherry. I never said it was. Listen, Pete, listen, regulars to this chat. Just write down how I felt about Ruiz. Just in a couple of words. How did I feel? How did I describe Ruiz to you? Did I ever say he was a cherry, or did I say he was going to be a tough challenge for AJ? I'm not making this up, Jordan Baker. If you kind of stayed up, if you came around more often, if you watched the videos, you would understand my position on Ruiz. Maybe I even made a video about Ruiz. Maybe I made a video. Should I have a look? I haven't got the time now, but go through the videos. Watch these things and you will find out my position on Ruiz, my feeling on Ruiz. Ruiz, I think, will win again against AJ in their next rematch, in my opinion, says Kieran Hook. Hey, this is boxing, bro. This is heavyweight boxing. Anything is possible. Anything is possible. Right, I think I need to get to my topic sheet. Luke J says Ruiz would beat Wilder, Breezel, and Ortiz. Well, how does Breezel come into that? Of course he's going to beat Breezel and Ortiz. Ortiz? Would he beat Ortiz? Yeah, I think he'd beat Ortiz. Would he beat Wilder? That'd be a tougher fight for him, Luke J. That'd be a tougher fight. But I think he has the opportunity to get in there. Wilder could starch him. Wilder could starch him with that right. Could set him up with the left and come in with the right. Wilder could starch him, but also he can get in between with those fast hands and his style and the hooks. Listen, Anybody in this chat knows I'm a fan of Ruiz. I like the guy's boxing style. He's one of the best boxers in the heavyweight division. Full stop. I already said it. I've been saying that. Tommy Temper has not missed a show. That is true. Tommy Temper has not missed a show. That is a fact. Facts. Point blank, period. Fact. Right. I'm going to have to get to my topic sheet. The chat is brilliant. I appreciate you guys, the way you keep things rolling and keep it bouncing. But I could be reading the comments all day. And to be honest, it's quite entertaining. It's good stuff. But I have to get to the topic sheet. Got to. Where's Jordan? Jordan Baker says Joshua got scraped up by the physio. Yo. Come on, Jordan. You didn't buy that. AJ said it, but you didn't buy it, surely. Anthony Willis is in the building. J2 Dizan is in the building. I hope you guys smash that like button. Remind them, whole moderators. Remind them to do that. Do the right thing. Good to have you in here, by the way. AJ got mugged the week before the fight in Nando's by Fury and Saunders. I don't know about that. I think that only happened in your dreams, Tommy Temper. You must have dreamt that one up, mate. Get this smoke. It's PPV. Well, yeah. In the UK, in Europe, for sure. In America, it's on at the wrong time of day. But if it was on at the right time of day, then it would be PPV over there too. Jordan Baker comes up with an interesting point. He said, Raphie, you said Wilder already beat Ortiz, and that's not, so he's not worth it. But Joshua already beat Whyte. And you don't feel that's the same way about that? Okay, Jordan, I shouldn't have to explain this to you, bro. But I'm going to explain it to you. Old man Ortiz is an old man. He failed to knock out Wilder for one reason and one reason only. Because he's an old man. He gassed out. He put it out there in the 7th. Had Wilder rocking and rolling. And then he gassed out. That's why he didn't get Wilder out today. He comes out in the 8th as a zombie. All right? And now he's 2 years older. So he's even more of an old man. Okay? You follow me so far? Are we good? Okay. So 2 years down the line, he's going to be even more of an old man. You understand? Can you see where I'm going with this? Whereas Dillian Whyte and Anthony Joshua, they were younger men. They are now coming into their primes. They have not yet reached their primes. So they can fight again. And the fight, most likely, they both have increased skills. AJ didn't show it last time around. Hey, shizzle happens. So they now have increased skills. So that's the difference between people coming into their prime and people who've left their prime way behind them. Very, very simple. I'm getting the itch. It's not even itch. It's not trolling. It's just talking. I'm getting the itch to talk to the man overseas. Yeah, I did. It was crazy. I did watch that episode of BFTV. It was mad. It was absolutely mad that he didn't realize he was being trolled. When those British guys went on and they said, "Yeah, we know YB and blah blah blah." Yeah, he fell on his own leg. That was mad. That was cringy. They didn't know he was being trolled. It was terrible. It was terrible. Thank you, Tommy Temper. Remind them. Thank you. Thank you. Heinrich Schmitz is behaving badly. Never mind. Behave yourself, Heinrich. Yeah, I did. It's crazy. Loma King, I did catch that BFTB with the fake YB. He was mad. He can't be that crazy. He cannot be that crazy. Hamed 92. Sup Dawkins. Yes, times 3. Hamid, put your you wanna come on tonight? You wanna come on tonight? Because I've been promising you for a while. Put your well, can I do you this way? Can I do it this way? Do you want to come on tonight, Hamid? Because I've been promising you for a while. Who wants to hear Hamid live and direct? Who wants to hear Hamid live and direct? OT's getting stronger and faster, says Tommy Temper. You have some vivid dreams, Tommy. Anthony Willis. Yes, OT still has a bit to grow. Where's your email, Hamid? What's that? Is my phone buzzing for? Where's your email? Hamid, where's your email? Hamid is, yes, OT's is at least 49 minimum. Okay, I've actually got to the bottom of the chat. Okay, they want you on, Hamid. Put your email in. Bat-ish Crazy is in the building. Very good, very good, very good. Very good to have you. Bat-ish Crazy. Okay, so Cal L is in the building. Boxing librarian is in the building. Hamid, where's your email? You've been begging to get on the show for how long? Just put the email in the thing. Put the email in the thing. Okay, on a more serious note, ladies and gentlemen. 1 second. Don't tell me you can't remember your email, Hamid. Come on. Come on, mate. Come on. Okay, we're moving to a slightly more serious note. Zab Judah. Indeed. Yes, BL. Boxing librarian in the building. All right, on a more serious note. I hit the like button with an Eddie Hearn body shot. Where did Aaron Mason come from? Where did Aaron Mason come from? He just popped up out of nowhere. Okay, on a more serious note. Zab Judah. We're talking about Zab Judah. Had a brain bleed. He's in the hospital. He has had a brain bleed. He did not go into a coma. Bat-ish Crazy. Yeah, because I saw your name somewhere else and I was trying to figure out. Yes, Aaron Mason. Bat-ish Crazy. I saw your name somewhere. I was trying to figure out where I recognize the name from. It wasn't in. Oh, he is Hamed's. He is Hamed's. Details, particulars. We're going to copy that. Yes, Bat-ish Crazy. I saw your name somewhere else and I was trying to place it. I knew it wasn't from in here, but now you say BL brought you here. I understand that's where I saw your name. It's good to have you. It's good to have you. We're talking about Zab Judah. We're talking about the unfortunate event of Zab Judah suffering a brain bleed in his last fight. Now, to me, Zab Judah is like from the last generation. Aaron Mason in the building. What's happening? Aaron Mason. Oh, Ahmed, when you come in nice and low, my friend. Please don't blow my ears out. Please don't. So Zab Judah is like from the Floyd generation. He's from the Floyd generation. I don't know. I heard he was coming back, and I thought, why? Why are you doing that? Yeah, why are you coming back, Zab Judah? Why? I mean, we know that how the hell old is Zab Judah? I'm gonna have to research this. Heavyweights can last longer. It seems they can. But when I hear a little guy, no disrespect, but when I hear a little guy's coming back, I say, what are you doing? The guy's got to be in his 40s, surely. The guy's a vet. The guy is a veteran. Did I send that? I think I sent it. Yeah, I sent it to you, Hamid. Come in nice and low with the volume, please. I think heavyweights last longer. Yeah, 2 minutes, no problem, Hamid. 41. Zab Judah is a little guy at the age of 41 coming back. Come on. As soon as I heard that, I thought, no, don't do this. Live boxing, bat-ish crazy says, 100% brother, hope Zab is okay. Yeah, 100%. Boxing librarian live, shame about Zab. May he recover as full as possible. He's fought on too long. That's the boxing librarian says, fought on too long. 41 years of age, a little guy come back at 40. Oh, come on. Come on. Come on. Yeah, I mean, boy, please, 40. A little guy coming back at 40, okay. The heavyweights, the heavyweights can retire and you can have a heavyweight come back in his 40s. Some special ones, not just your run-of-the-mill one, but some special ones can come back at 40, and even then it's a rare one. It's like George Foreman. George Foreman's still on commentary. Anthony Willis. Well, to be honest, Anthony Willis, when people ask me about Pacquiao, I get worried. I say, why is he doing this? Why is he doing this? Why is he doing this at 41? Why is that's my position. I know people, I've had the opposition say to me, he's still one of the top guys in his division. Yeah, I accept that. But to me, as you go on in age, by the time you hit the 40s, my view is that by the time you hit the 40s or even late 30s, you're throwing the dice. You are throwing the dice in boxing. Boxing is the only game where the objective is to concuss your opponent. What is a concussion? It's shutting off the brain temporarily. Sometimes it's permanent. So why would you want to be doing that in your late 30s? And certainly why would you want to be doing that in your 40s? It's just such a roll of a dice that makes me cringe. It makes me cringe when I see guys go on for too long. People like George Foreman, they're the exception to the rule. I mean, look at George Foreman now in any interview. He's as sharp as a button. Yeah, boxing librarian just said it. He said, I'm both amazed at what Pacquiao is doing at his age, but fearful for him as well. That I hope he does not go on too long and suffer any injuries. Yeah, Pacquiao is amazing. Pacquiao is amazing that when I heard he was coming back, because it seemed like after he fought the Australian fella, it seemed like that was it. That was curtains. I think he had a break or he had another fight. Then he had a break. And then, he had a long break. And then he came back again. I thought, okay, he's come back to do kind of like, fight some lesser tier guys. He's still got a name. He can still make money. But he's going to fight lesser tier guys. That's what I thought he was going to do. And then I see who's he fighting? Broner. I said, well, okay, And now he's going to fight Thurman. And I'm thinking, well, okay. So you're fighting the top 10 guys then. That's what you're fighting. And I am amazed by it. But also I'm thinking, wow, you don't need to do this anymore, bro. I think you've made your money. I know he's been in some financial, there's been word of some financial dispute with Bob Arum, Top Rank. And then he changed the side of the road to PBC, Al Heyman. So, what's he got to prove anymore? What does I mean, for my own selfish needs, yeah, it's cool. It's cool for as a viewer. It's cool to watch Pacquiao still mixing it with top 10 guys. Yeah, it's kind of cool to watch, but from a health perspective, I'm saying, bro, leave that to the young boys. Leave that to the young boys. Theoretically, you've made your money already. Now just chill with your wife and your kids. You know, you got your son, you're teaching him boxing. You know, he's probably going to be the next gen. Focus on the next gen. You're good already. Why take the risk? Why take the risk? I hope he doesn't hang around for too long. That's what I'm saying about Pacquiao. I hope. Yeah, bat is crazy. Yeah, I agree with that. Pac is still a whole HOF first ballot. Yes, I agree with that. But I hope he doesn't hang around too long. I hope he doesn't stick around too long. We see what's happened to Zab Judah. Very unfortunate. You know, when somebody's given so much to the sport and provided us so much entertainment, I hate to see them go on too long. Hate to see that. Hate to see that. Johnny Blaze 33 is in the building. Smash that mouse in the temple. Smash that mouse in the temple. Yeah, amazing resume. Multiple weights. Champs. Rose up through the weights and became champion. Pretty much all of them. Everything he touched. Midas touch. He's Pacquiao. Amazing. But, you know, I hate to hear news like the news we've heard about Zab Judah. Hate it. I hope he just quits now or they make him quit. Quit or make him quit. He quits of his own choice or they make him quit because I don't like that. I don't like that brain damage business. It's terrible. Cal L. Klitschko has still sparring sessions. He's addicted. Sparring sessions, if you're sparring with the right people, it can be safe. You know, so long as you're not sparring with crazy guys who are trying to take your head off, you can spar with certain people who you know you have a good relationship, you both understand each other. You can spar with certain people. So long as he's sparring with certain people he knows aren't trying to take his head off, he's fine. Which question of who you're sparring with? Sparring can go bad. You can't just spar with anybody at Klitschko's age. Or maybe he can. But generally speaking, you can't just spar with anybody when you're of certain age. You have to be careful. Some people try to take your head off. Anthony Willis, Pac-Man has entertained us enough. Absolutely. He can't do no more. Any more than he's done. Can't be about the money, surely. Well, I think it might be about the money, though. I think it might have an element of the money to it. Boxing Librarian Live. I have to go, Raphael. I've been up since 4 a.m. Yeah, 4:30 a.m. That's an early day, mate. I'm whacked. Wanted to come and show support. I totally appreciate that. I'll catch up with you later. Big shout out to the guys in the chat. Salute to you. I shouldn't say salute. Big up your chest, Boxing Librarian. Big up to you, and much appreciate you passing through, and much appreciate you introducing Bat-ish Crazy to the chat. Much appreciated. Sorry about the name, guys. Hope it doesn't make anyone uncomfortable. I'm gonna change it as soon as I can. I just abbreviate. I just change names to make it radio friendly. I'll just say Bat-ish Crazy. That's good enough. You can leave it as it is, mate. Johnny Blaze, you need to retire, truly. Yeah. You know, come on, man. Come on, Pacquiao. You've entertained us. We salute you. We thank you. Now, focus on the next generation. You got a wife and family. Focus on those. You're in Parliament in the Philippines. Focus on that. Jordan Baker is back. AJ quit like a little... He uses a euphemism, a little poon, he says. Poon. I think we know what he means. Really? Quitting is getting knocked down four times and he's quitting? Really? Getting up 4 times, sorry, he's quitting? You have a very strange definition of quitting, Mr. Jordan Baker. A very strange definition of quitting. Okay. Hamid, I'm going to get to you, my friend. I'm going to get to you shortly. Just give me a chance to get through. Where are we? Okay, Hamid, are you going on? Hamid is here. Hamid is yes. Hamid,
Yes. How's it going?
how are you, my friend?
Yeah, I'm good. How you good? How you keeping?
I'm very good. Where are you from, Hamid? I've never spoken to you before. Where are you from?
Oh, is in the city or what?
No, the country. What country are you from, my friend?
Oh, same as you, man.
Brazil.
Oh, right now, I thought you said where you living.
No, what country are you from?
What do you mean, background or the actual residence?
Yeah, where do you live? Yeah, where's your residence?
Oh, all right. Cardiff.
Oh, you're from Cardiff. You live in Cardiff.
Yeah.
Okay. And originally are you from the Middle East?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Okay, well, it's the first time we've spoken. Greetings
No,
to you.
I think I've spoken to you before, and was it BFTV? I think
BF
that was. Yeah, I think it was once on there.
Me and you were on at the same time.
Yeah. This was a while back, though. This was about probably 2 months ago.
Were you? Hold on. Was you the guy who was on when? Were you the guy who was on when I was on? We were both on at the same time.
Yeah, then you left, and then I stayed on. But
I left. Okay. I got you.
This was, I think, about 1.5 months ago, maybe 2 months ago.
Okay. That slipped my mind. But anyway, yes, Hamed, never spoke to you before. It's good to have you on. So what we're gonna do is, I think I've gone through the chat. Yeah, Jordan, leave Jordan Baker. Let him say his piece. He has provided a lot of entertainment tonight. Jordan Baker, please say something else, because everything you say so far, it's been very, very bizarre. It's been very, very bizarre. I can see that you're a true LDBC guy, and it's good to have you over here. At least, ow, jeez, damn. This is the problem with wooden tables.
Invite him on, innit, if you want.
Yo, Jordan, I just ran a splinter all up in my finger, damn it. But I think it's out now. Yeah, I think I'm okay. I can't see it. These damn wooden tables, old school style. I'm gonna have to file this damn thing down. That's okay. I'm good. It didn't stay in there. Okay. Yeah, Jordan. What's his name? What is this cat's name? Jordan Baker. Yeah, put your email in, my friend. If you want to join us on the live chat, put your email in. Come in and express yourself in the live chat, Jordan Baker. If you have Hangouts, just put your email in and I will get you on. Kensington, South London is bat-ish crazy second home. Okay, so let's get into the topics now. Let's get into the topics again. Right, so Zab Judah, I think we all agree. We all wish Zab Judah a speedy
I think he's better. I think he's better now. I seen a picture.
Yeah.
He's with his family, so I think he's better. That's good news, yeah.
That's fantastic news. That is fantastic news. So I hear that Zab Judah is on the road to recovery. So, like I said, people thought that he was in a coma. Apparently, he's not in a coma. He is on the road to recovery. Okay, right. Next topic. So, good luck and best wishes to Zab Judah. I hope he makes a full recovery, and I hope he stops boxing now. What say you, Hamid?
Yeah, I agree. I was surprised he's still fighting.
Yeah.
The last time I seen him in a big fight was, I think it was against Paulie Malignaggi, 2014. That should have been the end.
That should have been it.
When you lose to Malignaggi, I think Zab Judah, I think in his prime, would have beaten Malignaggi. Malignaggi wasn't a bad fighter quite a while back, but at that stage of his career, he shouldn't be losing. And then I think he disappeared for a couple of years.
He disappeared.
Became a nurse or something.
A nurse?
Yeah, he's meant to fight. He's meant to fight someone. I forgot the guy's name, but something happened.
Yeah.
I think he got arrested or something, and then
Wow.
the fight got pulled out.
Wow.
And then I heard he was fighting. What was it, last weekend?
Yeah.
I was surprised. I thought he retired, but
Very
yeah.
surprised.
Hopefully he gets better, and hopefully I think he needs to call it a day now.
Call it a day. Call it a day. It's
Yeah,
time.
I agree.
Call it a day. Call it a day. Loma King says Mexican fighter in a bad way. He in a coma. Well, I don't know who that is, but I hate to hear that stuff. I hate to hear that kind of thing. I hope he pulls through and gets the hell out of the game. Finds up a day job. You know, that is crazy. I'm from Texas, but live in London. from 96 to 98 during the Navy days. Yeah, no, I got you. We got an American cousin over here. Bat ish crazy. Yeah, man, that's nice to hear. So Triple J, let's press on through this chat. Triple J, you watched the fight, Tamid?
Yeah, I watched it.
Who in the chat watched the fight? Triple G versus Steve Rhodes.
It wasn't on in the UK, so I don't know if many people watched it in the UK, but
it wasn't on
I managed to find the stream.
Yeah. So people in the chat, just let me know if you watched the fight. Yeah, I watched the fight as well, Hamid. It was better than I expected it to be.
I agree.
It was better than I expected to be. I feel like a new baby.
This is what I thought. I was more impressed with Rolls. I wasn't too impressed with Golovkin in terms of. Don't get me wrong, a good performance. He knocked him out. The guy was undefeated. I don't think he was that high ranked or known, but
no.
If he's gonna fight Canelo, then I wasn't too impressed. I think he's coming towards the end of his career, and he's every bit of 37.
Yes.
And his upper body is slowed down. Mm-hmm. His feet are slowed down as well. And against Canelo, that could be bad. I think if you're getting hit that much, which has always been his style, against Canelo in the third fight, I think I favor Canelo heavily, but I think Canelo could stop him, not like knock him down or out, but he could make his corner throw in the trowel because his body language was bad. He was gassing after the fourth round, and this was only Steve Rolls. I know he's been inactive, but I don't know. I think September might be his last chance. He might have a chance. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
If Canelo fights and bursts like he did with Johnny Jacobs, even though that was a Styles thing, then might have a chance of maybe going the distance.
Yeah.
Winning about 3-4 rounds, but the later he goes, I think he gets beaten convincingly.
Let me just say this to the chat. Yeah, I hear what you're saying. Okay, so who responded to my question? Let me have a quick look through. Yeah, Tommy Temper says, I saw it. Nyoko Bassi in the building. I did. Yes, Nyoko Bassi. It's the first time I've seen your name. Good to have you in the chat. Yeah, it's Nico said Nyoko. Well, I'm going to call him Bassi. Bassi said I did. GGG was tagged too many times. He's an aging man. Anthony Willis. Costa Zazu had Zab on wobbly legs. Cal L. GGG does like to eat shots. Tommy Temper. He's too old. Needs to retire. The Canelo fight is too far. I agree. Smith. Make Smith Callum Smith versus Canelo instead, 100%. Well, as Aaron Mason said that, but I say, well, make Smith v. Golovkin. Make Smith v. Golovkin before Smith v. Canelo. I say make Smith v. Golovkin. Forget about Canelo right now. Triple G won the first Canelo fight, I believe. They robbed him. Said it was a draw. Okay, they
How
gave
did you score the? How did you score the second one?
the second one. That was super tight, man. That was very difficult for me to
I
score.
had a yeah,
Super
that was
tight.
hard. I had a draw live.
Yeah,
A rewatch. I had the Canelo 7-5. I don't know how people are calling that robbery.
yeah.
First fight, I get it.
The
Second
second,
fight was very close,
the
very hard
second
to
one was
score.
not a robbery. The second one was not a robbery. If they say you see, the thing is, I think people are still upset from the first fight.
Oh yeah,
If they just being honest and give Golovkin the first fight, then the second one, if the second one went to Canelo, people would be cool with it. They say,
or
okay,
if they were
so
both draws. Innit?
yeah, yeah. Well, they should have just done the right thing. I think Golovkin won the first one. Canelo, okay, give Canelo the second one because it was really tight. And
Or you could score them both a draw. Then maybe that would be a bit more consistent.
well, maybe, but I think where Canelo was more evasive in the second fight.
Oh yeah, I personally think Canelo did more to win the rematch. Like
I think I lean towards Canelo because even
yeah,
if everything else was equal, let's just say everything else was equal,
he was aggressive,
Canelo was more evasive.
aggressive, yeah, yeah,
Evasive. He
and
slipped.
aggressive, yeah,
Yeah,
aggressive.
yeah. But even if we just come down to evasiveness, you have to. If you want to separate fighters, then and one is more evasive than the other, and everything else is equal, then the evasive one should win. If everything is more, if everything else is equal, do you see what I'm saying? You have to look at the different
Yeah,
categories.
yeah,
You have to
yeah.
look at the different categories. One is aggression. Well, to me, evasiveness is a big. I score that largely because you're supposed to avoid getting your brain smashed in.
I agree. I think if Canelo lost that fight, I would have been surprised. I thought he did enough to get at least a draw.
Yes.
Then on rewatch, I did.
Yeah.
I could see why some people thought Golovkin won. I just think he gave up too many rounds and got hit so much early on and in the middle rounds.
Yeah.
I thought the first fight Golovkin did much better, but
Yes. Yes.
even the first fight I thought it was slightly more closer than some people. But I
Yeah.
can't see how Canelo won that first fight though.
No, I watched that fight live, the first fight live, and sometimes your first impressions are the best ones. The first, I saw Triple G win the first fight.
Yeah,
Second
I
fight,
had Triple G first fight 7-5.
yeah. I think that was mine as well. The second fight,
Okay.
I saw it for Canelo. And the third fight, I don't want to see.
How do you think the third one will end?
Badly for Glove.
Yeah,
You see,
I
this
think
is
it could end in a knockout as well.
you see this is the thing. Canelo is still on the rise. He's still getting better. Golovkin is on the decline. So that's not good. I don't want to see the third. I don't want to see them fight again. I would much rather see Triple G fight a Callum Smith because that's a new challenge. That's a new challenge, and he might beat Callum Smith. I know everybody's saying Callum Smith beats him, but he might beat Callum.
Can I address something? Tommy in the chat said that it's not aggression. I know it's effective aggression. I thought Canelo was actually a lot more effective in the second fight. In the first fight, I thought Golovkin was a lot more aggressive, but I thought in 6 rounds he was clearly he was aggressive and he was effective. But I could see why some people had their draw, but he was a lot more aggressive, Golovkin, in the first fight, and he was effective with the jab.
Yeah.
In the second fight, Canelo was a lot more aggressive, and he was effective throwing.
Yeah.
Because if you look at how many not body shots, it was body shots as well, but if you look at how many power punches he was throwing, he was a very effective.
Yeah.
Coming forward and outlanding him. Now, I don't really look at punch stats, but
yeah,
it said on punch stats that Golovkin landed 6 body shots. That shows that Canelo was outlanding him in the body department and power shots as well.
Absolutely. Talked too many times in AG, man. Let me get to the chat for a second. Costa, read that. Too old, he needs to retire. Says Tommy Temper. Aaron Mason makes Smith v Canelo. No. I want Golovkin. I want Golovkin versus Smith. I want to see Golovkin versus Smith or Golovkin versus Andrade. Golovkin's out of the game soon, so I want those matchups with Golovkin.
I don't know
Canelo.
why you'd want to see the Callum Smith fight. That could end bad. I don't know, but actually, if you don't want to see the Canelo third fight, I get that.
Yeah.
I'd rather see the third Canelo fight. You know why? I'd rather see a decisive winner. And that will be like a trilogy because a lot of people think Golovkin won the first one. A lot of people think the second fight was a lot closer. And I think a lot of people do agree that could have went either way. So they have no problem with Canelo winning that second fight, even though there are a lot that think that was a robbery, which I find it hard to understand. But say if it's 1-1, you look at it like that, then the third fight, we could have a clear winner. But I still think there'll be a lot of people that will be complaining because how old Golovkin is. And
Yeah.
I could get that because the third fight, he will be quite old. But if it's later than September, then I don't really want to see it because I think that will be unfair on Golovkin.
I think it would be unfair on Golovkin too. I mean, I've seen the two fights. They didn't give him the right result in the first one. They did probably get it right in the second one. The third one's going to be to Canelo. We already know. We already know that. So some fresh fights for Golovkin before he rides off into the sunset. I think he's 37 now. He's got a year or two. I don't think see him having more than 2 years before he needs to get the hell out of here. He's a very rich man now with the Dan's deal.
But it was a great fight as well. The second fight.
Yeah, leave it at that. That's what I say. Leave it at that.
No,
Anyway,
but even the third
one
fight.
second, Hamid. 1 second. Let me just get into the chat. So, Anthony Willis, Demetrius Andrade versus GG all day. GG chasing the money, calling out Canelo. Yeah, I don't want to see no more. I don't want to see no more Triple G and Canelo. I'm happy.
I do kind of want to see
it. Ahmed, 1 second, please. I'm just addressing the chat. Yeah, I just need to read out the chat. So, Johnny Blaze, 33. I agree with you, Anthony. Bat-ish crazy. First fight was a robbery. Second was all Canelo. Yeah. First fight was Triple G. Second fight was Canelo. Absolutely. Johnny Blaze, 33. I still want to see Triple G versus Andrade. Yeah, Triple G versus Andrade or Triple G versus Smith. I'd like them fights. We've already seen him against Canelo. Nico Bassi. Potential matchup. Triple G versus Andrade. Who wins? Triple G versus Andrade. What do you think, Hamid? Hamid has disappeared.
Sorry, bro.
Oh, okay. Yeah, Hamid. Triple G versus who did he ask? Versus Andrade. Who you got?
Oh, right now, probably
carry on talking for about 10-15 seconds. I gotta get myself a drink. Carry on.
All right. Right now, I'd probably favor Triple G over Andrade. Andrade just hasn't fought anyone, and he's kind of been fighting a lower level competition. So I definitely favor Golovkin over Andrade, same as Canelo Andrade. But I would like to see the trilogy because that second fight was so good and it was exciting. And I think the third one might be better because it'll be probably ending in a more decisive and emphatic fashion. But hopefully it happens September, no later than September. And that'll be a big fight in September because even though Golovkin and Jacobs was a big fight in May, I don't think it was the fight that some people expected. I thought it wasn't a bad fight, but Golovkin and Canelo in a trilogy, that might make up for what some people thought they missed out on in May, and it'll be a big fight as well for DAZN, and it'll be an exciting fight as well, which are probably worth paying for. But I don't know whether or not a lot of people. Actually, it won't be on pay-per-view, so it will be on DAZN, unless DAZN somehow put it on pay-per-view. But it will be a good fight though to make up in September. Now that Joshua and Wilder, it looks like, won't be happening for at least another, 12 to 16 months. So maybe Golovkin Canelo still is the biggest fight in boxing.
Yeah.
Maybe, unless, I don't know, maybe... Is there another fight you think that's bigger?
Okay, I'm back. I don't know what you said, my friend. So I'm just
Okay, I was
gonna.
just gonna say. I was just saying. Do you think there's a bigger fight than Golovkin Canelo 3 at the moment in boxing?
Okay, well, that's a good point. That's a good point. When I say that I don't want to see the three, um, really, it's because there's no doubt in my mind what's going to happen. I don't want to see. Golovkin is clearly on the decline. Clearly on the decline. I don't want to see. I don't want to see him get knocked out by Canelo. I don't want to see that. I just don't want to see that. Now you could argue, well, the boxing fans have a right, have a right to, have a right to see that, have a right to see the knockout. But because it's left a sour taste in my mouth that he wasn't given what he was due, which is the win in the first fight. It's left a sour taste in my mouth, and I think we, as the boxing public, the boxing fans, I think we know that Golovkin won the first fight. He won the first fight. Canelo won the second fight. Let's leave it at that. Let's leave it at 1-1. Let's leave it at 1-1.
Don't you want to see? Don't you want to see a decisive winner though?
There can't be a decisive
What
win.
if Golovkin knocks him out in the third fight?
I don't think that's gonna happen.
I don't think it's gonna happen, but you never know. Like last week, no one thought Andy Ruiz would knock out Joshua, so you never know. But
that's true.
But
That's true.
say it ends in a knockout, and I don't know. Say they both knock each other down, and then one of them knocks the other one out.
Yeah.
That might be better, I think, rather than leaving it at 1-0, because some people still have a sour taste in their mouth. And the third fight won't be on pay-per-view as well.
Yeah. The third fight's on the zone. Yeah.
Yeah, so people won't be complaining about getting ripped off or robbed or whatever.
I mean, the chances are it will happen. Me personally, it's one each. In my mind, it's one each. I mean, on the record books, he says that the first one was a draw. The second one was Canelo. In my mind, it's one each. I don't want to keep it as one each forever. I'm probably in a minority, but there you go. Okay, hold up there, Ahmed. Going back to the chat. Right, where are we? What are the chat saying? What are the chat saying first? Okay, I could see the Smith countering. Aaron Mason says, I could see Smith countering Canelo with that big hook on the way in. Johnny Blaze, if Triple G wins Andrade, then maybe. Yeah, I like that. You see, I like what Johnny Blaze just said. If Triple G wins Andrade, but having said that, I mean, the fight is almost certainly going to happen from an economics point of view. From an economics point of view, Dan's probably want that fight to happen. They're both working under the Dan's umbrella now. So from an economic standpoint, yeah, it's going to happen anyway. It's probably going to happen anyway. The only thing that it seems like Canelo is the one who's unsure, which I don't get. I don't understand that. Why would Canelo be unsure about it? It seems like it's Triple G calling out Canelo. Okay, Hamed, are you there?
Yeah, all right.
Yeah.
I agree. I rather have seen Andrade and Golovkin fight, but it looks like that's not going to happen before September. And Canelo wants a big fight in September. So unless they want to fight Andrade in September, then I'm cool with that because that'll be a unification. But
yeah, I'd love to see that.
I would rather see Golovkin and Canelo just fight one more time in September.
Well,
I think
if Golovkin and Canelo fight again, doesn't that takes, you see, if Golovkin and Canelo fight again, I've got a low battery apparently. If Golovkin and Canelo fight again, then that kind of takes something away from Triple G. I would rather see Triple G fight the other guys because the Canelo fight's always going to be there.
Yeah, I get where you're coming from. I get what people don't want to see.
The Canelo fight's always going to be there. Go fight some other people. We've seen it 2 times already. Let's see some fresh meat in there. Let's say some fresh meat in there.
But the thing is, the longer they wait, the worse it's going to get. We don't want to see it when Triple G gets too old. I'd rather see it now in September.
Yeah.
I wouldn't mind seeing Andrade fight Triple G, and if Triple G won that, then he would have a belt. And then it'd be for undisputed against Canelo. But I think it's too late because Andrade's got a fight at the end of June Then Canelo fights September. So unless he wants to fight Andrade,
Yeah,
that's the only other fight at middleweight I want to see. Canelo against Andrade or Canelo against Triple G.
yeah. Carry on talking there for a second.
Okay, so that's the only two fights with Golovkin. You're just muting me.
No, I was just had to do a test. Carry on. That's
Okay,
fine.
okay.
That's fine.
You said carry on talking.
Yeah, I know. I had to do a test. I had to mute you to. I had to do a test.
Okay, okay. So
Yeah, that's fine.
I was gonna say, I want to see Golovkin with Canelo or with Andrade. Same with Canelo, but
Okay.
depends.
Okay. Cool. 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 It's okay. So I'm gonna mute you again for a second as I go to the chat. Right. Okay. Right. Okay. So H Money has been sent a link. H Money.
Yo, what's going on?
Yeah, man. Yeah. What's happening?
You can hear me?
I can hear you. I can see you as well.
What's up, Rob? Talk to me now.
Yeah. Carry on, man. Carry on. What's
Man,
happening?
there's a whole lot going on in the boxing world right now, Ralph. And you know, I'm a big fan of boxing. You know what I mean? And I gotta tell you that that Andy Ruiz versus Anthony Joshua fight was the biggest fight in the history of social media, Raphael.
Yo, H Money. You're a little bit. You're about 10% loud. 10% too loud. Could you just turn down your volume a touch?
Well, hold on, let me see. Raphael, can you hear me?
That's good. You're good. That's perfect.
Okay. What I'm saying is, the Andy Ruiz versus Anthony Joshua fight is the biggest fight in the history of social media. See, we are in the new era of boxing. We are now in the social media era, and with 12 million views, Raphael, in 1 week, that's amazing.
Yeah.
You hear me?
Yeah.
That's big. You know, and this fight was on DAZN, and DAZN hasn't even been a year of DAZN in America. It's only been about 8 months, and we're putting on the biggest fights in boxing, Raphael. And you know me, I'm Mr. DAZN. And Eddie Hearn is the best promoter in boxing. For him to take Demetrius Andrade and make him a millionaire, for him to make Devin Haney the youngest millionaire in boxing, that's amazing. And Anthony Joshua just received his highest payday, his last fight, even though he lost. Anthony Joshua got about 32 million that last fight. And that's another matchroom boxing fighter making a lot of money. I mean, Raphael, PBC fighters, they're not making as much money as DAZN fighters, Raphael.
I agree with that. I agree.
Yo, could I ask a question?
Yes, sir.
Do you work for DAZN or like are they cutting
No,
you any
I'm a
side
fan
checks?
of boxing. I work for boxing. I'm a boxing fan, and DAZN. No, I'm just being honest because you know boxing is a serious sport, and we all seen what happened to Zab Judah this past weekend, who was in my book a Hall of Famer.
Definitely.
You know, so we definitely gotta respect the sport, man. You know, because a lot of fighters die for this, and fighters they need to get paid. They need to get paid, brother, if they're risking their life.
Yep. I agree with that.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So Ahmed, stick around, but I just want to talk to H Money for a bit. So so what are your views on the what were you talk to me about the Anthony Joshua Ruiz fight?
It was a great fight. I mean, the fight started off slow in the first round, but I mean, the story. Let's go into the story behind the fight because first of all, Andy Ruiz, he wasn't even supposed to be fighting Anthony Joshua. I think a lot of people are forgetting about this. Big Baby Miller was the original opponent. Okay, and Big Baby Miller failed 3 drug tests. So Eddie Hearn, instead of Eddie Hearn picking a Michael Hunter, like a lesser, like a easy opponent or a Manuel Char, Eddie Hearn went to PBC and got the toughest fighter in Andy Ruiz and gave him a shot to be the first Mexican heavyweight champion in the world.
Let me stop you there. Now, people. What H Money just said was bang on the money. Okay? Bang on the money. What he said just there was bang on the money. Eddie Hearn, and I'm not really talking to the people in the chat because the people in the chat already know, but for people who are going to watch this later or listen to this later, what H Money just said just there was bang on the money. Eddie Hearn went out and he looked for the toughest fight that he could get. And he found it. He found it in Andy Ruiz. So I see some narratives elsewhere overseas talking about Ruiz was a cherry. Get the out of here. Carry on, H Money.
Yes, sir. So Eddie Hearn went to the other side, PBC. These guys don't get along, PBC in the zone, but he's trying to make big fights. So Eddie Hearn, he definitely needs his credit. In my book, he's the promoter of the year. Okay, so he made the fight happen between Andy Ruiz and Anthony Joshua. So during the buildup, Eddie Hearn, he told everybody, this guy, he's dangerous. Don't look over him. He told the whole world. So,
yes.
So I listened. I believed Eddie Hearn, you know what I mean? And he made the toughest fight. And Anthony Joshua lost the fight because he put his fighter in a tough fight. He didn't protect his fighters like they do in PBC. He didn't do that.
Yeah, that's
you know what I mean? He didn't do what they're doing on ESPN Plus with Teofimo Lopez. He's fighting a bum. And what about Tyson Fury this Saturday fighting Tom Schwartz?
Yeah, let me stop you there. So, what are your views on this excessive cherry picking that we see from the likes of Deontay Wilder and arguably Tyson Fury? What are your views on that?
Okay, well, let me start on Deontay Wilder. Raphael, I wouldn't say Deontay Wilder is cherry picking because his last opponent, which was Dominic Brazil, that's a former Anthony Joshua opponent. So Dominic Brazil, he's not a walk in the park. It took Anthony Joshua 7 rounds to knock him out, and it took Deontay Wilder 1 round. And Deontay Wilder, his next fight is against Luis Ortiz, who most people believe to be the boogeyman in the heavyweight division with only 1 loss. I mean, Luis Ortiz
let me stop you there. We go back and forth. So Luis Ortiz gassed out against Wilder. The first, Hamed, you can come in as well. Luis Ortiz gassed out against Wilder in his first fight. He had him in the 7th round. He had him there for the picking, and he gassed out. He's 2 years due to old age. He's 2 years further on down the line. What changes?
And he hasn't done nothing since. And he's looked bad.
Since. So H Money, what's is different now?
And he's on pay-per-view.
Well, I have to say about that is Luis Ortiz, if I'm not mistaken, he gave Deontay Wilder one of his toughest fights. He did. And that fight was a war. That fight was a classic.
But that just shows how bad the level of competition that Wilder's been fighting.
How?
Don't get me wrong.
I don't understand.
Don't get me wrong. Ortiz is not a bad fighter. Good fighter. When Wilder fought him, arguably a top 5. I think it was a top 5.
Yeah, it was top 5.
But what has really Ortiz done? He hasn't really beaten anyone. The only name he's beaten is Brian Jennings. He hasn't won a world title, which is not opinion, that's a fact. And as an amateur, the guy look, I think this fight could have waited. I'd rather have seen Wilder have fought Joshua in a unification, and we wouldn't have had to be sitting around now. We gotta
let me stop you there, Harvey. Just 1 point at a time. So getting back to H Money, what changes? Good points from Mohammed, but what changes 2 years down the line between Wilder and Ortiz? Is it not true that Wilder will simply knock him out earlier? H Money.
Well, I wouldn't say he'll knock him out earlier because in that first fight, Raphael, that fight was, like I said, a classic. It's on Showtime right now on YouTube. Everybody can watch it. That was a back and forth fight. It was a war, which deserves a rematch. Just like Manny Pacquiao versus Marquez, They fought 4 times.
Okay,
I mean,
hold on.
it was
That was
controversy.
insane.
Wait, Raphael.
No, H money. Hold on. We're going back and forth. Yeah, I want to do it 1 point at a time. Yeah.
Can I see
So-
that wasn't the same though? Marquez Pacquiao never ended in a knockout. Wilder
It did.
stretched. What? No, not the first 3 fights though. The Wilder. That's what they had the 4th fight. Wilder knocked the guy out decisively, dropped him 2 or 3 times in the final round, and Ortiz was out. He was splitting whatever. He was splitting, dribbling on the floor. Like that was. No, don't get me wrong. That's not always the be all. Like if a fight ends in a knockout, I even said
Well-
this with Joshua and Klitschko, you can see a rematch. But Ortiz, the thing is, Ortiz hasn't done anything since. And
Okay. Stop there, Hamid. That's a fair point, and you made your point. Now back over to H money.
Well, Raphael, you know, that first fight, like I said, it definitely was a classic, and there was controversy. This is why this fight deserves a rematch, because in that 7th round, a lot of people are saying the fight should have been stopped. They said Deontay Wilder was beat at that moment. That's why Deontay Wilder is coming back to do the rematch, so he leaves no doubt that he won that fight. Okay?
Hold on. Stop there. 1 point at a time and then move on. Right. So my question to you is, what is, as I see it, what's going to happen is that Wilder is going to stop Ortiz quicker. Let me go to Hamid.
I'll
Point.
say this: with that 7th round, was that controversial? Arguably, yes. But Wilder was still hurt. That was like 30 seconds. Ortiz had Wilder. Wilder got saved by the bell. That's not opinion. That's a fact because the bell rang.
All right. Back to H money. And the question is, remember, is it not the case that all that's going to happen is that Wilder is going to finish Ortiz quicker? H money.
Well, I wouldn't say he'll finish him quicker, but I believe he will finish him because Deontay Wilder knocks everybody out. Every fighter he fought hit the canvas. So that's a fact. To answer, what's his name? Muhammad? Is that his name? Hamid. Yes, sir. You said he hit the canvas. Every fighter that Deontay Wilder fights hits the canvas. Everybody.
Okay.
Yeah, I know that.
Okay, so now, I'm going to ask you again: is it not the case that the most likely, the greatest probability for this outcome of the fight is that Wilder is going to stop Ortiz quicker than he did last time?
Yes, I mean, that's a fair assessment, but also Deontay Wilder is playing with fire by fighting Luis Ortiz. How you don't know Luis Ortiz won't hurt him? How do you know the same thing won't happen to Anthony Joshua with Andy Ruiz?
Were you impressed with Ortiz against Kristen Hammer? Because a lot of people were not impressed.
I mean, it was a fair fight, but most of the time, most fighters fight to the level of their opposition. I'm telling you, when anybody fights a fighter like Deontay Wilder, they come with their A game to shock the world.
He's already fought him and he got knocked out as well. People
and he hurt him. That fight was a 50-50 fight. I mean, he got clipped. Deontay Wilder has the most power in the history of boxing.
I'm trying to say.
Hold on, Ami. Hold on. Okay, so we've done that. We've done that topic. So we're gonna go around the table now. My prediction is Wilder stops Ortiz quicker than he did last time. Ortiz is 2 years older.
And you don't know how old he is.
I don't see the point in it. Over to you, Hamid.
Yeah, I was just gonna say he got knocked out. Like I get why he wanted to put away. He wants to rematch Fury. Obviously, I know that because he didn't win the fight and he went the distance. Same with Stavern. Even though it's a mandatory, I know he wanted to get him out. He's already knocked Ortiz out.
All right, that's your point. Over to H money. Your last point on this point. We're gonna move on to our next point.
I'm looking forward to a great fight, Raphael. And also, I just want to tell you, like I said, Deontay Wilder said all his controversial matchups, he's going to go and fight him over, just like Tyson Fury. Rematch Luis Ortiz, rematch Tyson Fury. He's making sure there's no doubt, Raphael, that he won every fight, sir.
Okie dokie. So that's.
Can I just say I think Wilder will knock him out probably in about inside 6 or 7 rounds.
Well, he did it in He did it in 9 rounds last time.
No,
Was it
10
9?
rounds. He won 10.
10 rounds.
Yeah, so that's what I'm saying. I don't know. If he does it in 1 or 2 rounds, then that is a statement because Ortiz is obviously better than Stiverne and Brazil. But I don't think he'll go more than. I don't think he'll go into the second half.
I say he gets him in within 7 this time. Within
that's
7.
right. Yeah, that's right.
7. Last point. What's your prediction? What's your prediction, H Money?
Deontay Wilder winning by knockout like he always does.
What kind of round we talking?
I give Luis Ortiz give him 8 rounds. I'll give him 8.
Okay. So we've concluded on that top part. Okay, next thing. Dillian Whyte. Why is Deontay Wilder so reluctant to fight Dillian Whyte? That's the fight everybody wants to see. H Money.
Well, to be fair on this point, yes, Dillian Whyte, he has been in the rankings to face Deontay Wilder, but Raphael, in this situation, okay, Dillian Whyte has been very disrespectful to Deontay Wilder, calling him names. I mean, that's not a way you make a fight with somebody. You know what I mean?
Let me stop you there. You're gonna come back in. Do you remember a guy saying, when somebody call your name, you gotta get in there. You gotta get in there with them. That was the words. Those were the words of Deontay, the Bronze Bomber. What's that clicking?
Oh, my bad. That's me. I'm sorry.
Deontay, the Bronze Bomber Wilder. So all this name calling and nonsense. Do you remember? Cast your mind back to Hasim Rahman versus Lennox Lewis. That guy was coming out with some kind of side shots. That didn't stop Lennox Lewis from getting in there and losing to him and then knocking him dead. So this name calling thing has been a part of boxing since boxing began. So I can't accept that a champion is gonna say, I'm not gonna fight this guy because he called me names. Can you not see how ridiculous that is?
Well,
let's go to Hamid first. Hamid.
Yeah, what's the question?
Yeah, name calling. Should name calling stop a champion fighting another guy?
That's a poor excuse. White's not the only one. There's been others that have tried disrespecting him, but he's had no problem fighting them. So I remember Stiverne said plenty of stuff to him.
Okay, look, Dillian Whyte, he's gonna get it. Are you guys forgetting that Dillian Whyte got knocked out by Anthony Joshua, who just got knocked out by Andy Ruiz? Or did you guys forget that Joe? Wait, let me finish. I'm speaking. Didn't Joseph Parker just give Dillian Whyte a tough fight and drop him? And you're talking about the fighter, and you're talking about the fighter with the most power in the history of boxing. Deontay Wilder will knock out Dillian Whyte. He will knock out Dillian Whyte. So we keep talking about Dillian Whyte. He's not even good. Dillian Whyte, who has a weak chin.
How is he not good? Look at his resume.
He has a weak chin.
He's got a better resume than Ortiz.
I'm telling you, he has a glass chin. Dillian Whyte, he does.
Since the Joshua fight, he's beaten Parker, Chisora, Lucas Brown. He's beaten everyone. Knocked out majority of the guys.
Okay, didn't Chisora hurt him? Why is he getting hurt by all these weak fighters? Chisora's about 40 years old, and
Wilder
he's hurting.
Wilder didn't fight.
Yeah, Wilder would have knocked him out like he knocks everybody out.
Knocked everyone out, but he hasn't fought any of these.
Which let me hold on a second. Which weak fighter has hurt Dillian Whyte?
Derek Chisora.
He knocked Chisora out. He put him to sleep.
Just Chisora hurt him too. He's always getting hurt. Do you watch the fights?
How did the fight end though?
He knocked him out. He fought Chisora 2 times. I think you forgot about that.
I know, but
Wilder's been sorry. Let me come in. Wilder's been rocked by multiple opponents.
Has he went down? Has he been knocked out like Dillian Whyte?
Did Chisora put Whyte down?
You said did Chisora put Whyte down? He hurt him.
Well, that's what I said. I said how many people have rocked.
Joseph Parker did. Joseph Parker dropped him.
Joseph Parker's an ex-world champion.
He also dropped Joseph Parker.
Yeah, a vacant world champion. You're talking about a vacant world champion in Joseph Parker.
Waldo was a
world
Waldo
champion
beat a vacant world champion.
who beat Ruiz.
What was that?
A vacant world champion who beat Ruiz.
Who beat Joshua?
Andy Ruiz. Okay, that's a controversial win. Everybody knows that win. Even Eddie Hearn said it. Eddie Hearn said Andy Ruiz.
No, but yeah. Hold on. Let me come in here. You moved the goalpost a bit because you said that Dillian Whyte was rocked by Chisora, and he was dropped by Parker. But
yes, and he got knocked out by Anthony Joshua, and he was knocked out by Anthony Joshua.
Anthony Joshua is
Anthony Joshua knocked out Povetkin and Klitschko. What is your point? He's knocked out.
Anthony Joshua doesn't have power like Deontay Wilder.
Well,
you guys make
how many top 10?
Wilder has one right hand.
Top 10. How many guys in the top 10 has Wilder fought in comparison to Joshua? There's no comparison.
He's only
Joshua
fought
5.
So you saying?
Carry on.
Look, Deontay Wilder faced Tyson Fury, who's the lineal heavyweight champion of the world, who's undefeated, who beat Klitschko first before Anthony Joshua got to him. Let's not forget that.
By him.
By
Fury in 10 rounds.
No, he did. Deontay Wilder knocked out Tyson Fury. He knocked him out. The referee gave him a slow count.
When did Wilder fight either of the Klitschkos? Because
either of the Klitschkos? How he ducked him? The Klitschko who got knocked out by Corey Sanders. I think you forgot about Klitschko getting knocked out by Layman Brewster and Corey Sanders. That guy.
That was in 2003. Why didn't you fight him?
So you want to? Because he would have got no credit of beating the old Klitschko.
What do you mean he would have got no credit? He'd have beat the Klitschko. He'd have had a Klitschko on his record.
Okay,
he could have done something before Joshua and Fury, but he didn't.
Raphie, Deontay Wilder is the best heavyweight in the world. He's the best. He's the best heavyweight of this generation. I think we should start respecting the heavyweight champion.
All right, let me ask you a question. How many top 10 guys has Wilder beat in comparison to Joshua?
Klitschko.
Hold on. Joshua has beat 5 guys who are currently in the top 10. How many guys has Wilder beat in the current top 10?
Okay, he beat Tyson Fury. He beat Luis Ortiz. In my book, he knocked him out. I counted it a knockout. And he gave him a concussion.
Come on, let's not mess about. How many guys in the top 10 has Deontay Wilder beat?
Stavern?
No, Stavern's not in the top 10. We're talking about the current top 10, bro. We're talking about the current top 10. How many guys in the current top 10 has Deontay Wilder beat in comparison to Anthony Joshua? Anthony Joshua beat 5.
Okay, 5. Well, Deontay Wilder, he beat 3. Name
them.
Like I said, I count the Tyson Fury fight as a win.
Please don't do that. Please don't.
I mean, he knocked him out.
Let's go by the record books, bro. Let's go by the record books, please.
Go by facts. Come on, man.
Let's go by facts, not opinions.
It doesn't matter. You can't compare Anthony Joshua to Deontay Wilder, who just got knocked out by Andy Ruiz. Anthony Joshua who quit. Are you kidding me? Did you not see the fight?
The question is, how many guys has Deontay Wilder, the WBC belt holder, beat who are currently in the top 10? Anthony Joshua beat 5.
Doesn't matter. Anthony Joshua been ducking him.
It doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter.
It matters because that's a measure of the level of the competition.
So who's undefeated? Who's still the heavyweight champion? How could you even compare them?
You haven't answered the question. You haven't answered the question.
Because that question is not relevant.
The question is irrelevant.
Can you get a rascal?
Sorry? That question is not relevant because Deontay Wilder is still undefeated and he's the champion. Anthony Joshua just quit. That's all I'm saying. You're talking about a quitter? Are you kidding me? Are you talking about a quitter?
No, but bro,
he got up 4 times.
The question is, you still haven't answered. How many? Anthony Joshua has beat 5 guys currently in the top 10. How many?
It doesn't matter if he's losing to Andy Ruiz. Does it really matter?
How many? Well,
when he got knocked out by Butterbean. Talk about when he got knocked out by Butterbean.
How are you gonna see when Ortiz knocks out Wilder?
Talk about your boy quitting. Hey, Raphie, your boy quit, man. Your boy quit on the UK.
H money. It's a simple question, bro. Anthony Joshua has beat 5 guys who are currently in the top 10. How
What
many?
does that have to do with him having a glass chin? What does that have to do with him quitting?
How many? It's a simple question, bro. How many guys has Deontay Wilder?
He's a fraud, man. Your champion is a fraud. You're
How
talking
many-
about a paper champion. Eddie Hearn put him in position. If it wasn't for Eddie Hearn, he wouldn't be in. He's nothing.
H
He's
money.
nothing without Eddie Hearn.
H money.
Are you kidding me?
H money. Please answer the question. How many guys has Deontay Wilder
This dude's a troll.
who's in the current?
It's two. He beat two. It doesn't matter. One or two, it doesn't matter. He's better than your boy. At the end of the day, your boy dumped him
Wilder
5
is a
times.
paper champion, man. Who has he beaten? When has he unified? When has he ever unified?
Tyson Fury? What about
He never
Tyson Fury
unified.
getting knocked out in the 12th
He
round,
lost.
getting
He
dropped
didn't
2
win.
times?
He didn't
Tyson
win.
Fury? A crackhead. You
Look
over
at
here saluting a
Fury's
crackhead.
record. Fury-
Yeah, a cokehead. Tyson Fury. You're talking about a crackhead. Yeah.
Fury's record.
Yeah, he's a great role model. Tyson,
Oh,
hey,
right.
your boy Tyson Fury's a great role model, snorting crack, right?
Oh
Fury
boy.
schooled him. He got schooled by a guy
Yeah.
losing 200 pounds.
Yeah, let Deontay Wilder smoke crack.
H money. Will you admit that Tyson Fury gave your boy a boxing lesson? Will you admit?
Hell no. Tyson Fury got dropped 2 times and got a concussion. He got concussed. He didn't even know where he was at. And he ran to ESPN and ducked the rematch. Are you kidding me? You're talking about a cokehead. Don't tell me about no crackhead, man.
So will you admit that the so-called cokehead or crackhead gave Wilder a boxing lesson? Will you admit that?
He did. How did he give him a boxing lesson? Did he hurt him? Did he ever drop him? No. Did he drop him? No. Deontay Wilder dropped him 2 times. He knocked him out. Did you forget about that? Or are you? Come on, man. Come on, Raphael.
So we get back to okay. That's a matter of opinion whether you got.
He knocked him out.
He
He didn't get up at 10. He got knocked out.
But what does the record book show?
Well,
The record books. What's going to happen in a rematch? So what you got to happen in a rematch, Raphael?
Well,
So
in the rematch,
Ortiz knocked out Wilder then.
Ortiz knocked out.
No, Tyson Fury. Tyson Fury.
He's right.
Wilder was out on his
Ahmed's
feet.
right. He works both ways. Because if you're gonna say that Ortiz, if you're gonna say Wilder knocked out what's his name, Fury.
Everybody. He knocks out everybody.
Fury, then you have to say, well, what's going on with the referee giving Wilder extra time at the beginning of the 8th round?
That's why he's a rematch. That's why he's doing the rematch. That's to answer your first question. That's why there's a rematch, Raphael, to squash all doubt, no controversy, win in tremendous fashion.
Fury got up in the 12th round and hit Wilder, and Wilder was back.
He didn't get up in the 12th round. He got up at 10. When you get up at 10, that's a knockout.
9.
He knocked out that crackhead.
9.
Deontay Wilder knocked out the crackhead Tyson Fury. Hey, my boy. Hey, Raphael.
Check it out. Check it out, though. Check it out. So, please, I'm asking you, please. I'm saying, please. Will you please answer the question I asked?
I want you to answer the question. I want you to answer that question.
No. Hold on. One question at a time. Please answer the initial question. Anthony Joshua.
Answer
it. Anthony Joshua has knocked out 5 guys in the current top 10.
And he got knocked out in his last fight. And what about Andy Ruiz when he got destroyed? He got destroyed by the destroyer.
Question is, how many of the current top 10?
You got a fake champion. Your boy Anthony Joshua is a fraud. He's a fake champion. He's a pussy. Tell him to grow some nuts and stop quitting.
Wow. Is it but how is it the please don't refrain from that kind of language though, you know?
Well, I apologize, Raphael, but hey, tell him to grow some balls.
Well, but surely the man who has the balls or the testicles, shall we say, surely he's the man who has been repeatedly one after the other fighting top 10 guys, and surely it is the man with the testicles who has fought 5 and beat 5 top 10 guys in the current heavyweight rankings.
So what happened with Andy Ruiz? Address that.
Hold on. How about you answer the question, and then we can address that.
Has Wilder ever beaten?
He beat one. All right, he beat one heavyweight in the top 10, but he's still undefeated, and he's the longest reigning heavyweight champion in the world, Deontay Wilder, who's a true champion, who never ducked anybody.
Let me give you props there. Because you answered. A lot of people that dodged it. But you answered
Nah,
honestly.
he's not heavyweight champion. He's a title
You
holder.
answered
There's a
honestly.
difference.
He's the
That-
longest
He's
reigning
never won
heavyweight
number one.
champion.
He was never number one.
You answered honestly that your WBC heavyweight champion has only beat one. Who's that one guy? Who's the one guy he beat?
Luis Ortiz.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah, he's beat one guy in the top 10 rankings, whereas Anthony Joshua has beat 5. My
And
friend,
yeah, Anthony Joshua got knocked out too. Did you forget him getting knocked out by Butterbean?
we can move on.
Talk
to
about
that.
him getting knocked out by Butterbean.
Yeah,
he got embarrassed.
We can
All
move
the
on.
great
We can
fighters
move
have
on
been
to that.
knocked
But
out.
first things,
Welcome
Lot of
to
great
America.
fighters.
Raphael, welcome to America, buddy.
but first things first. Your guy there has beat 1. Anthony Joshua has beat 5, and then got
Wilder's a
knocked out.
hostage champion, man. I don't even know if you could call him a champion anymore. The
You
guy's
know-
just holding that belt hostage.
holding
like
the
a
belt.
How is he holding a hostage? And he's the longest reigning champion. Why Fury couldn't beat him? Why Fury couldn't beat him?
Joshua's leftovers to fighting his own leftovers.
Why Fury
Who's he
couldn't beat
gonna
him?
fight next?
You keep praising this crackhead Tyson Fury, who Tyson Fury, the heavyweight version. Hey, Raphael, Tyson Fury's the heavyweight version of Paula Malignaggi. No punching power. He hits like a girl. When was the last knockout?
How come your boy couldn't beat a guy who hits like a girl?
He knocked him out. It's controversy.
Hold on, let me pull up BoxRec. Hold on. Let me pull up BoxRec.
Let's talk about Anthony Joshua, Raphael getting knocked out. Let's talk about your boy getting exposed. Let's talk about the fraud, Anthony Joshua.
We can talk about that right now. And
Eddie Hearn made him. Eddie Hearn made him what he is.
you asked me a question. Let me answer your question, bro. Right. So Anthony Joshua, what we've been able to establish in this conversation is that Anthony Joshua has consistently been fighting top 10 guys. Any fighter who consistently
Raphael, you there? Hello?
All right, yo. I thought you got kidnapped, man. What happened?
What the hell's going on? Yo,
Back.
I upgraded my can you hear me?
Yeah, I could hear
I
you.
updated my I upgraded my internet.
Someone
and-
said you caught a flight and you tried going after HM.
I upgraded my damn internet to
I was
fiber,
wondering.
supposed to be top notch, and the router just took a dump. The router just took a dump. I can't believe that happened. I cannot believe that happened. That is mad.
Okay. Oh, I can see you now as well. All right. Yeah, I was wondering. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Hold on,
I
let
was
me just check the chat. Yo, chat. Can you hear and see me? Us? Let me just check the chat. Yo, it takes there's a delay. Can you hear and see us? Me?
They said they could hear the music. What happened? So the
It
stream
just took a
didn't
dump.
end. The
No,
stream
it
didn't
wa-
end. Though.
No, I didn't cut it off. I didn't finish
Oh,
it.
yeah, I was wondering, 'cause it's still
The
on.
broadband just see you, boss. Okay, you can hear and see. Yeah, the broadband just took a dump, man.
I thought
took a
you
dump.
passed out or you someone kidnapped you.
I can't believe that happened. That's mad. Where's H Money?
He dropped off.
He
He's
dropped
on
off.
there.
Is he on?
He said he
Where is
just
he?
dropped the call. He said, "Call me back."
Okay.
Can you invite Rusclot as well? I want to hear Rusclot.
Where's Ross Clot?
He's in the chat.
Where is he? Ross Clot. Hold on a sec. Let me say something. Let me get back on this this thing here. Let me get back on this thing here. Hold on. This is some mad things. This is crazy. This show was crazy, yo. Boxing Jedi says Wilder's draws with crackhead. Wilder draws with crackheads who hit. Wilder draws with crackheads who hit like girls.
Rusclot said H Money heard him when he jumped off. He ran off.
Wilder draws with crackheads who hit like girls. Mad.
He wants to come back on. So
Who? Where?
H
Who?
Money.
How do you know? I'm not seeing shizzle.
In the chat.
In the
Put his
chat?
email, Dogman.
Hold on. Hold on a second. Where are we? Stop ducking. What? Stop ducking me. What do you mean? The thing took a dump.
He's
The
trolling.
thing took a dump. Everybody got dropped off. The internet had a panic attack. I'm not even getting my computer here is not even uploading. I'm looking on my computer. I'm looking on my
You want me to read out the chat or?
no, I can see on I can
Okay.
see on my mobile. I got my mobile as well, but on my computer itself. It ain't. Hold on. I'm gonna take a chance and reload. I don't know if that's a good idea or a bad idea. Let me see. Oh yeah, okay. I see everything now. Everything's back. Who's this here? What do you mean I'm ducking you? How am I ducking you? You've had your chance. You came on. You had your chance. You said what you had to say. It's a 2-hour show, which is coming to an end. Did Rascal send his email?
He said he's busy.
He's busy.
He just sent me a message. I thought he was free.
H
but he
Money
said-
Rough. Get you. Hey, no. I mean, it's a 2-hour show. We're coming to the end of the show. We're over in England now. It's not the afternoon like over in America.
What did he say?
Over in America. Hold on a second. Big Boy says, why isn't Wilder calling out Ruiz? Right, quick. If Joshua is a fake. Because
Exactly.
Ruiz beat the shizzle out of him. Ralph just discovered their No, what you do is H Money. What you do is you come back on Wednesday. Today is Monday. We're approaching midnight over here in the UK. What you do is you come back on. Get him on. I'm enjoying the casual slaying. And yo, listen. What you do is you come back on Wednesday and you post up your shizzle. I mean, what now? What do you say, Hamid? You get the final say. What do you say? Get him back on? Or
Yeah, you might as well get him back on.
All right,
Get him
okay.
back on. Let's see what he
Everybody,
does.
people are saying get him back on. Okay. They don't want the show to end. They don't want the show to end. So if that's the case, by public demand, people say get you back on, we get you back on. That's how we do. Invitation has been posted.
All he has to do is join the call because it says you're on call and he's in the group.
Yeah. Okay, well, where is it? It's posted. He'll be here. He's back. He's back. H Money. H Money. Yeah, we hear you.
Look, man, you guys still haven't addressed the fact that your boy Anthony Joshua got knocked out by Andy Ruiz.
Okay, I'll address that. I'll address that now.
Wait, let me finish.
Yeah.
Well, let me finish. Let me get it out.
Carry on.
I mean, you guys are saying all this about Deontay Wilder, who hasn't lost. He didn't get knocked out his last fight. He knocked out somebody in the weight. Let me finish. He just knocked out your boy. It took Anthony Joshua 7 rounds to knock out Dominic Brazil. It took Deontay Wilder 1 round, and he killed him.
It took Wilder 9 rounds to knock Molina out, and Joshua took him out in 3. That triangle theories don't work.
Joshua lost. You're still talking about a guy who's not even champion. He's not even champion.
He addressed your point. He said,
"Tell your boy to win his belts first."
No, he addressed.
Tell your boy.
He addressed your point. You said that he told you that Joshua. I mean, your boy Wilder knocked out Molina in 9.
We're talking about Anthony Joshua.
Joshua took him out in 3. Joshua took out him in 3.
Anthony Joshua was a fraud. He's a fraud.
How is he a fraud?
Defend that.
How is he a fraud?
Because Eddie Hearn made him what he is. If it wasn't for Eddie Hearn, he would be nothing.
Did you not fighting for him in the ring?
Yeah, give Eddie Hearn his credit. Eddie Hearn is the one.
Let's address that. No, you asked me a question. Let me address that. Let me address that. So, yes. Shogun Boxing. So, Johnny Blaze, Fozzy is here. Who else is here? I'll address your question in a second. Big Boys Boxing. Big up to you. Who else we got? Who is it? All right. Okay. Yeah. Ross Clark in the building. Who else? We got a lot of people. Everybody make sure you smash that like button, people. All right. So your question was, Anthony Joshua just got knocked out. Well, we've already established why that happened. Because
why did it happen?
Hold on.
How many excuses can you make?
Hold on. I'm answering your question. We've already established why that happened because
you didn't.
Hold on. I'm answering the question. Right. We've established why that happened because Anthony Joshua consistently fights top 10 guys, and your guy rarely does. Very simple. If hold on, I haven't finished. If one guy consistently fights top 10 guys, the upper echelon, and the other guy doesn't, then you don't have to be a genius to figure out what's going to happen. The guy who is consistently fighting the top tier guys is going to lose first. Very simple. Now, in conclusion to that point, when your guy beats 5 current top 10 guys, then and only then can you talk. But first, your boy hold on. But first, Hamid, you're next. But first, your guy has to beat 5 current top 10 guys.
That is not even that.
No, wait. First, your guy has to get his belts back.
Hold on. Let Hamid speak. There's 3 people here. There's 3 people here. Let Hamid speak.
To be fair, even if Wilder did what Ruiz did before Ruiz did it, I would have given him credit because he would have knocked out Joshua. But Ruiz did it, and now Wilder, it doesn't get the credit because he missed out. If he knocked out Joshua, he would have had all the belts, been undisputed, and he would have knocked out reigning, undefeated, unified consensus #1 heavyweight in Joshua. Wilder was too busy running after Ortiz in a rematch and trilogy or whatever the hell, and he missed his chance.
Over to you, H Money.
I mean, it's just sad that you guys are still defending Anthony Joshua after he quit on the UK. I mean, I don't know how you guys can make an excuse for him. He's not relevant right now. He's not even a champion. So until he wins his belt back, we shouldn't really be discussing him because he's not good.
So
Your
according
champion
to
is a
your
fraud.
logic-
No, he's not good. He's a bum. Anthony
only two
Joshua is a
champions.
bum. He has a glass jaw. He has no
only two
defense.
champions.
What about Daniel Dubois knocking him out in a sparring match? Why is he always getting dropped?
What about
Why is he always getting
what
tired?
about Klitschko dropping you
No.
multiple times in training?
Hey, why is he always getting tired? Why is your boy always getting tired?
There's only two champions. So your logic, only two guys
Hey,
are relevant.
but guess
only
what?
Ruiz and Wilder are relevant.
Only Wilder is relevant. He's the king of boxing.
Ruiz got
Wilder,
more belts.
Deontay Wilder is a god.
Ruiz.
Okay, he's a god. Okay, hey, he's the greatest champion ever. Name one fighter that could go 12 rounds with him without hitting the canvas. Because your boy Tyson Fury, who likes to snort cocaine, he got knocked out in the 12th round. You know, it's a lot of speculations that Tyson Fury ran to ESPN to duck Deontay Wilder. What do you have to say about him?
Okay, so
Now,
The boogeyman.
you asked
more
a
of
very
a bum than a
yeah, he's more of a bum. But you asked a very true, Ahmed. But you asked a very good question. You said what about Dubois knocking your boy down in training? What about Klitschko? What about Klitschko dropping your boy multiple times in training?
sending him home from sparring. That's right.
Sending him home from sparring with a concussion.
And he got dropped by that journeyman Harold Skirmy as well. Why don't you bring that?
That's the first time I heard this. And obviously you guys are going after Deontay Wilder. You don't like him. Obviously you guys don't like him. I'm speaking facts.
Hold on.
Okay?
Carry on.
Your boy Anthony Joshua, he is the next Prince Nassim Hamed. There's a lot of fighters that took one loss and disappeared and never was the same. Like Adrian Broner, Felix Trinidad, Bernard Hopkins. He was never the same. Recovered. Okay, the same thing happened to Prince Nassim Hamed against Marco Antonio Barrera. I don't know if you guys were watching boxing at that time because I sure was, and I'm a historian. I'm not a new guy. You know what I mean?
No, there's no new guys around here. There's no new guys around here. So,
well, Raphie, Anthony Joshua's not even the best heavyweight on Matchroom Boxing. Usyk is a better fighter than him. He can't even get through Usyk until he can. Yeah, until he gets his belts back, like I said, until he start growing.
Trolling.
So no, I'm not trolling. I'm speaking facts.
yeah,
You're mad because your boy is weak. You're mad because your boy got exposed, and I'm here to expose Anthony Joshua and to bury him.
You just called.
I'm here to bury Anthony Joshua.
You just called Deontay Wilder a guy who only has 2 wins in the top 10.
The longest reigning heavyweight champion. Give him his respect.
You just call that guy a god.
Give him his respect. The longest heavyweight champion in the world, sir.
You just called the guy who only has 2 wins in the
and you still call
god.
Yeah, but with that type of power, he gotta be. Cremating people, knocking people, giving people seizures. Only God can do that, man. Only God can do something like that.
I know. I tell you what, bro. I tell you what. When your boy has done what Anthony Joshua has done and
he's not a champion. You're still talking about until he gets his belts.
My turn. When your guy has done what Anthony Joshua has done by beating 5 guys in the current top 10, then you can talk.
Yes, sir.
But no, I haven't finished. But not until then. So no, I'm laying it down.
Okay, Eddie Hearn made him who he is, man. Eddie Hearn made him who he is. Give Eddie Hearn the credit. Stop talking about a paper champion, a fraud like Anthony Joshua, who's a fucking bum who just got knocked out by Butterbean.
I have not finished.
A paper champion.
I have not finished. So he's the blueprint.
He's finished. He's retired. He's done. Anthony Joshua is finished. Rest in peace, Anthony Joshua. Rest in peace.
I have not finished. Listen, so here's the blueprint. Yeah, because we just established that Anthony Joshua's got 5 bodies in the top 10. Now your guy has got 2.
The longest reigning heavyweight champion. My guy's the longest reigning heavyweight champion of the world. Give him some respect, Raphael. Stop being a fanboy. Stop being a fanboy.
You're the one who's calling the man a gun.
You being a fanboy.
You're the man who's.
You're talking about a guy who's not even a champion.
The one who's calling the man a gun.
He's knocking everybody out. What am I supposed to say?
Okay, so here's the blueprint. So he's got one guy, Ortiz, in the top 10 now. Yeah. So all he has to do is fight, say, who first? Wilder. No, not Wilder. Whyte. Dillian Whyte is his number one.
Hey, Winnie, you can ask a question. Are you like on any sort of drugs like at the moment?
Hey, you just praised Tyson Fury who's on cocaine.
Right. So
yeah, you're praising somebody on cocaine, so don't say anything about drugs.
Nah, you didn't test positive.
Yeah. So it's cool for. So you're cool with Tyson Fury doing drugs. So you're cool with Tyson Fury doing drugs. Okay. So he's a good role model. He's using cocaine and taking steroids.
When did I say that?
Hold on. So I just have to mute you for a second so I can get the words out. Right. So your boy needs another 4 wins in the top 10. Let's start with Dillian Whyte. Is his number 1 ranked opponent. Okay, so Dillian Whyte. Then he can fight somebody like who else? Who else is in the top 10 that he needs to fight?
He dropped off, man.
No, I think he's here. What is he dropped? Is he gone?
No, he's gone.
He's gone. Wow, man went.
He threw in the towel.
Man went. Okay, so.
He threw in the towel.
H Money, man, why did you go, bro? We were just getting to the nice part. We established that you're
too much heat, man. You're gonna take the pressure.
Too much chili in the Too much chili in the curry. Too much chili in the curry. So you got 1 win. Your boy's got 1 win in the top 10. Ortiz, right? Riesel's gone. So now he needs to get to 5. So we need 5. We need 4 more names. We need Dillian Whyte. That's the first one. You can then.
I wouldn't even go that far. If he just beat Joshua, I would have given him respect. He didn't do that. You don't really need to go that far.
Let's say 4. Let's say he doesn't need to go that.
He's already. We all know he's had over 40 fights. That's not going to change.
But let's just pick 4 names out of the top 10 that he needs to fight. The first one I'm saying is
Whyte.
Dillian Whyte. That's
two Fury.
No, he's already fought Fury. We want
fresh. He's gonna fight him again.
Okay, so
that was a draw as well. That was a draw.
Fury. Let's give him somebody the bottom of the top 10.
2 Fury. All right, 2 Fury.
Let's say Parker.
Joseph Parker 3 and 4. I'll give him the win out of the Joshua Ruiz rematch down the line.
Joshua Ruiz rematch.
All right, so that's 4. All right.
Problem solved.
But I don't think he'll fight more than 2 of those guys.
He won't fight more than 2.
He'll most probably fight Ortiz again and Fury. So. Ortiz. I don't mind him fighting Ortiz ahead of Joseph Parker down the line.
Yeah.
But they're gonna fight looks like sooner.
I wouldn't accept him fighting Povetkin. I'd even accept that.
I'd rather see the Dillian Whyte fight. But I don't know.
No, Dillian Whyte first. But I'm saying if he doesn't want to fight Parker, he can fight Povetkin.
He's not gonna fight any of them. Povetkin, I don't know, at this stage of Povetkin's career, I don't think he's
probably gone.
I don't know, is Povetkin still a top 10 though? Because when I looked at the rankings,
I think he's 10. In the box rec, maybe. Well, let me just bring
my top 10. I got Fury, Joshua Wilder. That's 3, 4 Whyte, 5 Ortiz. Oh, sorry, I forgot about Ruiz actually. Let's go back to Fury, Ruiz, Wilder, Joshua. That's 4, 5 Whyte, 6 Ortiz.
Yeah.
7, I'd probably give it to Joseph Parker. 8, maybe Konaki. 8, probably Povetkin actually. 9, Konaki. And 10, am I missing someone?
I don't know. I brought it up now. So, okay. So, the box rec top 10. We're going to start at 10 and work our way up. Joseph Parker, number 10. Kubrat Pulev, number 9.
Oh, yeah, Pulev, that was the one.
Yeah. Luis Ortiz, number 8. Jarrell Big Belly Miller. What? Jarrell Miller's still in the ranking.
Miller should be out.
Yeah, I'm going to take him out. So, let's start again. Let's go from 11. 11, Adam Kawanaki. 10, 10, Adam Kawanaki. 9, Joseph Parker. 8, Kubrat Pulev. 7, Luis Ortiz. Skipping Jarrell Miller. 6, Dillian Whyte. 5, Alexander Povetkin. 4, Tyson Fury. 3, Anthony Joshua. 2, Deontay Wilder. 1, Andy Ruiz. So that's the box rec. That's the box rec thing. That's the box rec top 10.
I think that's right. Just take Jared Miller out and put Konaki in. So that's a solid top 10.
Them up. Yeah, that's what I did. I just moved them up. I took Big Belly Miller out and moved everybody else up.
I agree with that. I think I'd put Ruiz 1, I'd put Fury 2 though, then I'd put Wilder and Joshua. I think I'd still wouldn't mind if someone's got Joshua ahead of Wilder, but he did get knocked out.
Did you say you put it number 1?
Ruiz or Fury? I'd probably put Ruiz though.
Couldn't be Fury because Fury's only had 1.
That's what I'm saying. So I'd put Ruiz then Fury.
It'd have to be, and I couldn't put Fury ahead of Deontay Wilder because
a lot of people thought he beat him. So
yeah, but come on, let's look at the records. It was a draw. So
even then, the only thing Wilder's done is beat Ortiz.
It's arguable.
Thing beat Klitschko, which was a much better win. I know that was a while back, but he still beat him.
But I think. But we're talking about the current. We're talking about currently. You know what I'm saying? We're talking about recent times.
But those are the top 10. Those are top 10. Pulev, Povetkin, Parker.
Those are the top 10. Let me get to the chat because that place would have been on fire. Yo, guys, smash it. Hit the mouse. Hit the mouse. Ruben Guerrero. Hamid is the LDBC Master Trial. I think that's a compliment, Hamid. I think that's
I don't know.
I think it's a compliment. Tommy Temper says Raph doesn't like Fury. I was gonna fly out to watch the guy. I was gonna spend my good cash money to watch the guy. What Fury needs to do is start consistently fighting top 10 guys, the same as Wilder. It's that simple. So it's not that I don't like him. It's just that I don't like the cherry picking, the excessive cherry picking. That's what I don't like. Aaron Mason, I don't like Fury either, to be fair. Yeah, it's a compliment, Hamid, says Ruben Guerrero. Aaron Exactemundo. Hamid, no. Aaron Mason. What? That wasn't the point H Money was making, though. He was saying Wilder knocks everyone out. The evidence is he fights nobodies. That's the reality. I'm still in the chat. Shogun Boxing. Parker is done. Really? You think Parker's done? I don't know about that.
Parker's win over Ruiz looks good now. Parker's win over Ruiz looks good now because he's the only guy to beat Ruiz, really whether we agree or not. And he's really the only guy to go 12 rounds with Joshua as well.
Yeah. Listen, I rate Parker. I rate Ruiz. I rate him.
I need him to be a bit more active, though.
Yeah, I totally need. But he's joined with Matchroom now. Parker's joined with Matchroom, so he will be active. Trust me.
A fight I like to see is Parker and Usyk or Parker and Povetkin. I don't mind either of those fights. Yeah,
that would be fire. That would be fire. But we need to expect big things from Parker because he's with Matchroom and Matchroom. They work their guys. They work their guys.
I gotta jump off though, man. It's good
talking to you. It's been great having you on. You were better than I thought you were gonna be. Pretty good. Pretty
pleasure. No worries. Thank you.
Take care, bro. Take care.
Right. Nice one. Take care.
Thank you. Loma, Aaron. Yeah. Go and check out Hamid's site. It's Hamid92. He was better than I thought he was gonna be. I don't know what I expected, but he was better. It's good. Entertaining. Very entertaining. Shola Ibofin, laughter emoji. The Coke was where AOBZ said the Coke was wearing off. He'll be back after a few more. I think they're talking about H Monet. I don't know why he jumped off. H Monet. H Money thinks that Deontay Wilder is a god. I walk this earth like a god. Where have we heard that before? Shogun Boxing. Wilder is a joke. Al Heyman puppet. Aaron Mason. H Money has a 6-foot poster of. Oh man, Loma King. I'm at 92. Our boy. Okay. Don't know. H Money has jumped into bed and wrapped himself in his Wilder duvet, says Cal L. Hey, he's be sure to come back on Wednesday, H Money. Be sure to come back on Wednesday. Self-medicated, said Ped. Yo, there's so much in the chat going on. Guys, I've kept you way too long. 2 hours, 43 minutes. Cal L. H Money quit. He let the USA down. Damn. Fuzzy is here. Wilder's bro just got done for Peds, you fool. Oh man, this is harsh. This is harsh stuff. Cal L. H Money, lower the tone. What the let's be calm and civilized. This isn't the Wilder Sunday service. Ross Clark. I'm out, guys. This guy's too stupid for me. Salute, Raphael Dawkins. Salute to you, Ross Clark. Ahmed did very well. Shola Ibofin. Which Hall of Famer has Wilder fought? Loma King. H Money. Not LDB facts. Come on. Come on now. He's knocking tomato cans over more like. BFTV's son right here. H Money. Oh dear. Don't do drug, boys, says Hamed. He's shouting. Shut the up, says Tommy Temper. He's just a fanboy, says Tommy Temper. The cult of Deontay Wilder is real. It is real. This boy ain't all there in the head, says Pets. This is crazy. Guys, what am I still sharing for? What the hell's going on? What the hell's going on? What the hell's going on? Guys, this is going to be a funny live chat to listen to back to. It's going to be where am I showing my face? Where's my face? Where's my real face? What's going on? What's going on? Why am I so close? Yo, back up. Yo, back up, cameraman. Back up. This is going to be an hilarious one to listen back to. Shout out to H Money informing us that Deontay Wilder is a god. That's something that I would never have guessed. Never in a million years would I have guessed that, and I ain't buying it. I ain't buying it. Guys, it's been an amazing chat. Can't read out all your names. There's too many to mention. No problem, H Money. Come back on Wednesday. You were highly entertaining. Your God is clearly not my God. My God is not a man. He's a higher power. Yeah, highly entertaining, H Money. But no shouting next time. No shouting, no cursing. We like to keep it clean and family friendly. You know, there's kids watching this. There's kids watching this stuff, which I know for a fact. Ask me how I know. Okay. So, guys, it's been a pleasure. It has been highly entertaining. Highly entertaining. So, thank you for attending. Everybody who's in here, make sure you, no problem, H Money, make sure you hit that like button. Hit that like button. So, hey, so Heinrich Schmitz, H Money, Loma King, Ped, Tommy Temper. Where's Aaron Mason in here? Aaron Mason is in here, still here. Aaron Mason, Loma King, Shogun Boxing. Who's on missing? Where's Leighton Evelyn? All right. Shogun Boxing, Cal L. Hamed 92. Yeah, go and check out his site. Peace. Cal L. Where are we? Who is it? Who is it? I know Big Boys Boxing wasn't here. Ruben Guerrero. Johnny Blaze 33. Jedi Boxing wasn't here. Fuzzy is here. Wasn't here. Is in here. Who have I missed? Who is it? Who is it? Big Boys Boxing wasn't here. Loma King, Ross Clark was in here. Shola Ibofin. Anybody I missed? AOBZ. Johnny Blaze. Heinrich Schmitz. And many, 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 many more. All right, guys. H Money was obviously here. Thank you for attending. Make sure you smash that like button, one and all. Highly entertaining show. Okay, guys, that was it. That was live boxing talk with Raphie, who went into overtime, heavy overtime. I know I enjoyed it, so I'm pretty sure you guys will have enjoyed it also. Thanks to the whole moderators for keeping the place habitable. Thank you to the chat, all the guys in the chat, the squadron. Thank you for coming, making this thing entertaining. Live boxing talk with Raphie. Barely got to touch the topic sheet, but we'll do that on Wednesday. So in the meantime, from me, it's peace and blessings to you. And we're out.